Hey, everybody. Oh my God. I was laughing so hard at Nora's stream today. I just caught a whiff of it. It was pretty dang funny. Hey, mods. Hey, Joanne Hawley. Megan Roberts. Oh my God, Nancy Stitchin. She's leaving. She'll be on the replay. We love you, Nancy. I'm glad I got to see you for that short moment in time. And I hope you're well. David Moreno. I'm so concerned about Reese. You're in here a lot, and I can't ever tell if you like me or if you're just like one of those like passive aggressive people that doesn't like me. Probably traumatized from that humiliation. What humiliation? Which one, man? There's a lot. There's a lot of people would say I'm humiliated all the time, and I just don't feel the burn. Hey, Diana H. Whidbey Island hippie girl. Hey, Cliff Ann. Liz Tricks. I'm happy to see you. Hey, Jennifer Ogle. Let's scroll back down. Joanne Hawley, I'd love to hear that. Meredith Lynn. You're funny, babe. Hey, Pat Jonas. Joanne Palmer. Jen Finberg. Sorry, Pat Jonas. I kind of wanted to, but now you have me afraid to do it, to feel what we've been avoiding. Cheryl Nasco. Can't believe I actually get to settle down and catch a live. Well, hey, babe, and I'm glad that you're here with us. Thank you. That's amazing. You must be on the replay crew. And if you are, thank you to the replay crew. Hey, Donna Cooper, Just Joan. Jessamine's here. Katie Fulton. Hey, babe. Lumen. Renee B. Thank you, Renee B. Hey, Iwa. Armine. Juanita. I love that, Juanita. I'm just glad you made it. Hey, Puka Vista. Honey Lou is here. Rachel Sandy. Yeah, I don't know what he meant. Maybe he has dry humor and I just got it wrong, but I don't know what that dude means by I should be humiliated. If I needed to be humiliated about all the stuff on YouTube, I probably wouldn't be here anymore, but it's hard to humiliate me. It really kind of is. Lisa Kelson, I'm sorry that you've been sick. Hey, Jay. Do and be better. Tamber June, Catherine B. It's my last night of being 33. Got home from a stellar message, so I'm happy to hang out. Guys, it's so weird. Tomorrow our little girl is going to be 34. Catherine B, you do not. She looks like she's like 21. Seriously, her picture looks like that. But what the heck? Wow. What are you doing down there, Gloria? What kind of hair is that? Gorgeous. That's what kind. Catherine B does not look her age, but happy early birthday, my love. And Lydia says so too. Hey, DNV. Okay, I just caught up. Robin Miners. Thank you, Robin Miners. You too, Joanne Hawley. Cheryl Nasco, I'm really happy to see you. Kim's Whims. Not the gumdrop buttons. Do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, we have to stop the show for that. Oh, really gorgeous. Robin Miners, are you seeing this? Robin Miners, calling Robin Miners, Armine, Buffy. Uh-oh. Hey, Josie. Hey, Tennessee girl. Yeah, it sucks, but here's the thing. I think the weather's about over with. I have no reason to say that, and we are still in January, but I was just trying to stay positive. Lydia Krause. Hey, babe. Hey, Kim is blue. Hey, babe. Thank you, Hunbun. Hey, Lady O. Debbie Zito. Hello, my love. Hey, Jealousy. Do you guys think it's crazy that Bo's head is the size of her body? I just can't get over that. I sometimes look at my children and I think, wow, we're incredibly blessed. Every morning, the Lord wakes up, looks at Mona, and says, oh, my me. Oh, my me. That's the most gorgeous creation we've ever seen. Oh, really kissy, too. Guys, so quite to be totally upfront with you. I know it's Bo the Giant.
Him's a really cute guy. Him's just so nice. He's a good person. He's a great guy.
And he's friendly. He listens to your stories. Hey, Jackie. She's not freshly brushed, actually. She needs a brush. She hasn't had one in about a week now, Deb. And you know how she gets about that. Oh, that's our emotional support kissy man.
He won't kiss you back,
But he says, you can grab my face and you kiss my face. And you can do that as many times as you need to. Okay, can you go lay down? Sure, surely not. He says, not if she's here. Second most beautiful creation, babe. She's a lovely cat. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's not as gorgeous as you and your breath. Thank God is a lot better. I don't think I understand what you're going at there. I thought you were talking about Gertie, but then you said cat. I don't fully get it. But I'm sure that you'll get there. You'll get there. Hey, Lacey Silver. Yes. Yeah, lady. Oh, it's no joke. He went to Harvard and Yale, and then he did his residency in medical school at Johns Hopkins University.
Oh, him's a smart. But he eats the cat poops. He eats the cat poops, and that's so gross.
Wow, you're not going to go lay down, are you? We're just going to do this. We're going to do it live. That's perfectly fine. I can multitask. I can do it. I can certainly do it. Guys, so I didn't have it. I didn't really. I probably should have taken the night off. I didn't have a whole. Sorry you couldn't be here tonight. Debbie, that is the best line to use on someone that is not your favorite person. After the conversation's over, you just need to look at them and go, uh-huh, uh-huh. Well, I'm sorry that you couldn't be here with us. It's just the best. It's one of the best things you can say. There's a few of them that we've talked about, and that's one of them for sure. The other one to say to someone, you just say, uh-huh, ah, sounds like you really know what you're doing. Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. And then that just validates them and it gets you out of the conversation. Hey, Julie. Good job not taking the night off. Thanks, Jennifer Ogle. Well, I did that for a lot of you guys because you like me to be here. So I showed up for you. But oh yeah, before I just saw DNV and I remembered too. We're getting toward the end of the month. Hey, little mink, you're in Thailand now. I've been loving your pictures, babe. Ooh, really innocent and tawny, really dainty and of the Lord. I looked at DNV. We're still keeping our prayers for Josh, her son Josh. He is 12 and he has a brain tumor. And the hospital is at the, now I can't roll it off the, do you guys see this? Oh, we have to stop the show every time she does it. Hey, Cliff Ann. Hey, Anita Card, the hospital that we chose for the month to donate. Oh, thank you, Yadira. Just put it up. I donated mine for the month, but it is getting, sorry, I have to adjust my bra. It's getting toward the end of the month. So if you are so willing to, wait, let me do it that way. If you're so willing, please donate to the hospital that's helping DNV and her son, Josh. You don't have to do it, but we are choosing a charity every month on this channel that is something that feels close to us. I haven't decided yet for next month for February, but I want to do something probably that would pertain to Fred, like because he was a World War II vet. He fought in the Navy. I'm probably going to do something for our veterans, something like that. I just need to do a little research. I lost one of my fur babies this morning. That's horrible. His name was Kappa. He was 10. I was up all night crying to comfort him. He was cold. I grabbed a pillow and cuddled him till the end. Lots of tears. Oh my God, Cliff Ann, I'm so sorry. I have to be honest. I have put my animals down, but I've also had Gary, my Chihuahua, died in my arms, kind of like that. And honestly, Cliff Ann, I'm kind of thankful that it happened at home with you. If I had to choose with Gertie, and I'm not trying to make this about me, but if I had to choose with Gertie, I would want her to pass at home. It was kind of a gift for me to be with him in his last moments. And I'm so sorry that you lost your dog. Either way, it's never easy and it's really, really hard. And we're so sorry. But doing it in a vet office and just like how scared they are and how scared you are and having to do it, I almost think it's better at home. But either way, God awful. Hi, Gina. And I'm really, really sorry, Cliffan. Um, Robin, for not taking the night off and Whoville pause. Robin, thank you. Wow, that's really nice. And I love your new picture. Thank you, Robin. Love you, babe. Yeah, Cliffan says, I'm glad it was at home. I mean, that's the reality of it. We're gonna lose them. I already, like I said, I can't hardly even think about it with Gert. She is, I don't know how old she is precisely because I rescued her at a later date. She was not a puppy, but I think Gertie is around 12 or 13 now, also just based on her cataracts. And so I'm grateful for that. My Chihuahua only made it to 12, but I like the idea of them passing at home with me. I hate putting an animal down. That is so hard to do. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy Huxley, can you please let her in? Thank you. Hey, Pepper Jelly. Love you, babe. One second. We did that, Liz. Canines for Warriors. We chose them as a charity before. And I thought about that too. Hey, kid. Kid, I heard you out there crying. You feeling some separation anxiety? Hey, jealousy. Hey, Kimberly Hallman. So I don't know what I was just saying before that, but I have to be honest, the last couple of streams we've done have been a little bit still. They're not quite, you know how Liz says that my mind does this until I finally process everything and move on with my life. I am stuck on the things we've been talking about in the last couple of streams, and bear with me. Like, I don't want you to be like, geez, Reese, we're still doing this. But I actually titled this with that intention. So sorry, JR. Jeez, that drags out though, the flu. Feel what you've been avoiding. You're still in the funnel. I am, Pat Jonas. So feel what you've been avoiding. Holy cat hair. Hey, just as I am. I feel like there are many, many things that we as a group here are processing in real time based on the last few streams we've done. And I know this because a lot of you message me outside of YouTube and you'll tell me like, whoa, you know what I really love? I don't always have time to answer. And sometimes I get super behind on texts, and obviously you know this, but emails, things like that. But I will say, Marsha Laird, I will still read them. And I will get so many, I know she's lost a lot of weight. I will get so many people who will message me about a stream, but not just like, hey, great stream. They will message me and say, yeah, DNV, that's an option for sure. We're going to do one every month. They will message me and say, I'm going through specifically this, and this has helped me so much, right? Like, those are the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mimi. Hey, Rue. I know I was just going to say, I wonder if we'll see Rue. She's also dealing with a newly loss in her family. Yeah, Rue, I'm so sorry, but I'm glad to see you. I wondered. I saw you mention that. And I'm just really sorry, babe. We love you and we're here for you. Everybody who's going through it. So thoughts, guys, and warmth and prayers for Rue, for Cliffan, for all the people that are struggling right now or experiencing a loss. Hey, baby steps. Want to say hi. I'm going to have to be more replay lurker, but I still love you all. Also, you can have someone come to your home to put down pets at least. Oh yeah, they have mobile vets as far as I know everywhere. Baby steps are still steps, baby. Yeah, I love your new picture. That was an option for me in Kansas City. I just didn't take it. It's a weird story, but I had a vet in Kansas City who is a mobile vet, and he's a Scientologist. There's a couple of vets in Kansas City that are Scientologists. And I had him come to my house one time and do an exam on Gary, my Chihuahua. I thought, I'm going to switch vets because he had just moved. Good Lord, the cat hair. He had just moved to Kansas City with his wife. He was a vet in, I think, Oklahoma, and he became a public in Kansas City. And so, of course, if you have a dentist, a doctor, anything that's a Scientologist, you're a plumber, you're going to choose that over a non-Scientologist. So I had the same vet forever. But because we got a new vet in Kansas City, right, that was a Scientologist, and Baby Steps, thank you for your super chat. I know that we won't see you as much anymore. We'll miss you. Dude was a full-blown creep, and I mean it to the fullest. He gave me chills up and down my spine when he came into my house. I mean, like, sexual, creepy. Hey, Crafty Carrie, he also just didn't look right. Like, just his whole look freaked me out. Do you ever have that happen? Which I'm not look shaming here. Hey, Buffy, but do you get like a creepy vibe off of someone, but they also look the part? Like, he gave me the creepiest vibe, but he also looked the part. You know who he looked like? This is awful. Who is, everybody pretty much has seen the movie Ghost? Remember the movie Ghost from like the 80s? Do you remember the scary guy in the subway station who was also dead, and he could move stuff with his mind? Hey, Raymond, he could move stuff with his mind. He had like rage issues. Remember when Patrick Swayze was like, how do you do that? He was like, get off my train. Remember how crazy he was? We've all met one of those in real life. Am I right? Hello, Jeff. But he looked like that guy. He had that like look. Remember his eyes were like this? He had like weird eyeballs. Yes, that's who that vet looked like in the eyes, especially. The guy who was trying to smoke. It was the guy who was, remember, Patrick Swayze was like trying to touch the trash can lid, and I think it was a pack of cigarettes, but he was dead. He was on the train. Patrick Swayze got on the train, and he was like, get off the train. He's like, this is my train. He like flipped out. That was weird. That was a weird scene in and of itself. But that's who this vet looked like. So he showed up in my home as a mobile vet in Kansas City, and yikes, man, it wasn't a good look. It frightened my whole soul. But he looked like that. What date did Fred pass? April 20th. I'm sorry that you lost your mom on Valentine's Day. Fred's birthday is February 8th. So that's coming up. That's why we call it Freduary. But I'm sorry, Julie, that you lost your mother on Valentine's Day. A happy note for Valentine's Day was Floyd, who was in the senior living place. He made it to, I think Floyd made it to 104. His birthday was Valentine's Day, which was so cute. And he died because he got a tooth infection. Floyd would have kept going forever, I'm convinced. Hey, Nicole Hazel Miller. Anyway, this dude gave me the creepiest, like, sexual vibes. It was so, all of it. And he was a typical Scientologist, meaning my dog, why are we telling, does anyone care about this story? It's just, I totally forgot about it. My dog had, by the time he had, Floyd is a great name, Kim. By the time Gary was seen by this creepy Scientology vet in Kansas City, he was 10, maybe 11. And he had congestive heart failure. He had already been on medication for it. He'd been being treated for it. And true to a Scientologist, this dude comes over, dick swinging, right? And he's just very know-it-all, like a Scientologist, but also more than know-it-all. They get very like, so. Like, let me give you an example. A Scientologist, if you were to say the most alarming thing, if you were going to say something like, my brother died, they'd be like, oh, bummer. Well, we'll see him when he gets back. Anyway, so did you want to go to Panera for lunch? Or, I mean, that's a Scientologist to a T. Like, no joke. Most of them are that way. If you were going to say, yeah, there's no HENR, Tambergen. There's no human emotion and reaction. We're proud of that, right? So if you were to say like something, just something where you would feel emotion or reaction, like my elderly mother is in the hospital because she fell and they can't figure out, or they're doing surgery, or she has an infection now. A Scientologist would totally be like, well, maybe you should help her do an end of life assist and have her move on, drop the body. So that's my advice. I mean, they're just so cold. There's no emotion. Tamber June really nailed that. There's no human emotion or reaction. They pride themselves on that. You don't want to show human emotion or reaction, so they purposely don't. And I'll tell you, it's annoying. Even as a Scientologist, it used to annoy the shit out of me. Guys, I was not a different person in Scientology. I feel things on deep levels, and it used to be really, really hard to be surrounded by people who made it a point not to feel. So, like, if I were to say, even when I was a Scientologist, if someone were to say, like, did you hear that so and so died? I would have been the one to go, what happened? No way. I just talked to her, right? Like, I would at least be like, oh my God, that's horrible. Like, how are her kids doing? I was no different there. I was a little bit more cold in other situations, but I've always been like, I feel deeply when it comes to, well, for instance, loss, right? Anyway, this is a dumb story, but this guy shows up at my house, this veterinarian, and my dog had been diagnosed with congestive heart failure for a long time. He was on medication. We had a routine down. He was on like 3 different pills that I used to buy at Costco for him. And he comes over and he like does a full exam, and he was such a dick about it. Like, I started to cry. I cried every single time a vet would see my dog after he got diagnosed with that. Because every time I saw the vet would always warn me and go, now, do you know what signs to look for when this does come to an end? Because he had severe congestive heart failure. Hey, whine. Hey, dog Clark. Like, he had a stage, whatever, murmur. It was bad. We were managing it with medication. But every time, like, we would go for his regular shots, and I'd be like, I'd start crying, and the vet would be like, everything's okay. And I'm like, I know. I just know it's coming. Like, I just know it's coming. I would get so weirdly attached. I get that way with my animals. I'm thinking you said Scientologists didn't care about animals. Am I remembering right? Most of them did not. Brenda and Doug didn't give a shit about animals. Most of the staff didn't. My father grew up very, very verbally abusive to my animals. He would call them little pieces of shit. He'd be like, come here, dumb shit. Come here, dumb shit, to my dog. And then I would hold my animals and like cuddle them when I was little. And he would go, there's nothing there, right? That's a bank. He'd go, there's no being in that. That's a walking bank. That's a walking reactive mind. Hey, run the world. And it used to crush me. I hated my dad for that. And I told you we had our cat, Max, who was like, I don't know. He could have been 10. He could have been 12. He was a senior cat. He was past midlife. We had him since I was little. He was a Siamese. He looked a lot like Moose. And he was an in and outdoor cat. And he's the one who got hit by a car, but made it. And I loved this cat so much. And my dad bought a new couch. And he was like, I'm taking him to get him declawed tomorrow. And I was so horrified and devastated. He was like, I don't know, 11, let's say. And I was like, don't do it. I was bawling. I was like, don't. He had no emotion about it. He was like, he'll be fine. And I was like, please don't do it. And he brought him home. I got home from school and he brought him home, and Max was just falling, like trying to like get up, and his paws were all effed up. And my dad was like, he'll be fine. He'll be back outside in no time. Like, no emotion. Alana. So this vet, Rue, Playa del Carmen is beautiful. According to my friends, Costa Rica is very expensive. I would love to go to Honduras as well. Puerto Vallarta, where I live, is more safe than where I lived in Los Angeles for 35 years. Do you like it there where you live? I'd like to come check it out. But the cop told me yesterday that Honduras is incredible. He said there's like a whole expat community. He said that he felt super safe there. And he said the people, he goes, I've been to Ecuador, I've been to Mexico. He goes, I've traveled everywhere. He fishes a lot. And he said, but Honduras, he said, is my favorite. And the people are incredibly kind there. I'd like to go check it out. I'd like to go see it. There's no reason not to. Thank you, Rue. That was so nice of you too to super chat me. Thank you. My soul can't beat it when people are horrible to animals. Me too. I can't be around people who really don't even like animals. I can respect you if you're like, I'm not a cat person. But if you're like, I don't like animals, there's really not much of us. There's no, I'm a huge animal person. Hey, Erica. So this is stretching out to, we're only 25 minutes in. What am I saying? That would be amazing, Debbie Zito. This vet comes to my house, and I just explained to you guys, I cry pretty regularly when a vet would even look at Gary. Well, I just want to be around a beach, Rue. Interesting, Jen. So anyway, this vet comes and does the exam, and I'm crying. He's like, "What's your problem?" He was like, "Get your TRs in," because he's a Scientologist and he's in my house. And I was like, "Yeah, I just get really emotional with my dog." And he was like, "It's a dog." He was like, "It's a dog." So like, I was like, "You're out of here. I will never see this guy again." I was so pissed. He overcharged the hell out of me for an exam. Like the whole visit just to come to my house was like $300. Insane. But he does, like, he gets the stethoscope and he's listening to his heart murmur. And I'm like, the only reason I loved my vet, the only reason I was seeing this guy is I was like, hey, Leslie, we have a new Scientology vet. And I'm going to switch because he's a Scientologist. That's got to be better, right? I'm pretty sure he was OT. Him and his wife were on OT7. To me, that makes it even worse. Makes it even worse when not now, but when I was a Scientologist, it makes it even worse. Hey, MLG gamer, because I feel like my definition in my mind to be around OTs, like, hey, Holly, like OT7 people were supposed to be, Abigail was here yesterday. OT7s and 8s, especially, were supposed to be like super, super, super in tune and peace. They were supposed to exude like peace and love. And like they were supposed to calm the environment with their theta, right? They were supposed to have like theta on tap. That's how we would put it. Like theta is, I've told you guys this, there's theta and there's N theta. Theta is like, if I were to say to you, I got a new job, you'd go, so theta. So lame. Or if you said, my daughter had our first grandchild, theta. My statistics are up for the week. That's really theta news. N theta would be like, did you hear Reese and Michael are getting divorced? I don't want to hear that N theta. It's just good news or bad news. That's all it is. But there, you can also put theta into the environment if you're an OT. There's kind of another definition for it where it's like you're injecting happiness and life. And this is a word that I said to Tommy not that long ago. And he was like, what does that mean? I said, that's not an English word. And he said, no. Have you guys heard this word? I had no idea it was a Scientology word. Insouciant. We used it all the time in Scientology. Insouciance. Insouciant. If you're insouciant or if you are full of insouciance. Is that not a word for you guys? I had no idea. I thought that was a real English word. Tell me if that's a real word. That's crazy. I thought that was just an English word. It is a word, says Kim is blue. Weird. Okay, so insouciance. Doug loved using that word. He used it all the time. He'd be like, insouciance. I'm going to be insouciant. Tommy comparing you to Marilyn Monroe. The only reason he said that is because I have this. But that's kind. Okay, so insouciant. Yeah, that's the proper spelling. Yes, Puka Vista. Insouciance just means like, hey, Kathy Burkhart, like, again, theta, uptone. Like LRH says, like, to go through life with insouciance. Like, he says the best thing you can do is to flourish and prosper. That's the same thing. Insouciance would be like flourishing, doing great. Theta is the same thing. So, OT8s and 7s are supposed to be full of insouciance and theta on tap. They're supposed to inject theta into the environment. If the environment is rattled, full of anxiety, or like not, just not what we would want, not ideal. Hey, Aspire to Inspire. It is a real word, but we don't use it. Webster says nonchalance, lighthearted. Insouciant describes a state of being free from worry, concern, or anxiety. So it is a real word. Okay, fine. So then it's not a Scientology word. Well, I will tell you, Scientologists used it a lot. I used it a lot. So, hey, Hope. So, that's all. That's all I'm getting at is that OT8s and 7s are supposed to inject the environment with insouciance. So not all of them did. Some of them were really ugly, and we should talk about that sometime. I'd love to go down the list because I knew a lot. Kansas City was supposed to be known for having a huge field. We call it a field of OT7s and 8s. We had more OT8s than we were like proud of that number. We had more OT8s than most of the surrounding states or like orgs. We had a lot. I think we had like 20 to 22 OT8s. It is a lot. Yes, totally, just Joan. So this guy comes into my house and he was like super like telling I was crying about my dog and he told me to get my TRs in. And then he does the stethoscope. Yeah, Tamber June, I should talk to Tori about that. He does the stethoscope and I'm crying and I said, "Is it like a stage whatever murmur?" And he's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Yeah, it's really bad." And I said, "Like really bad?" I was like, how bad? Like I was like crying and I'll never forget this fucking dickhead OT7 vet. He looks at me and he goes, "Well, I'm not going to lie to you. He's a fucking train wreck." That is such a Scientologist. That is such a Scientologist. Laura Glass, welcome in from South Africa. That's crazy. We have Joel from South Africa. That's amazing. I thought we only had one person. Now we have two. Welcome. That's what he said to me. He goes, "I'm not going to lie to you." He goes, "He's a fucking train wreck." And his wife was there because she was a lot of OTA like dickhead entrepreneurs. Their wife is always in charge. Like if it's the guy, the wife is always like the office manager. And she hires all the other Scientologists in the field that need jobs. And I looked at her and I said, "A fucking train wreck?" And I'm like crying. At this point, I'm crying harder because I'm like, is it, so it's really bad? He was like, "Yeah." He goes, "It's really bad." He was like, "He's definitely going to die soon." I mean, he was like, "What, did you expect different news?" And this is one of the reasons I really, really had a hard time being a Scientologist was right there. The way that they felt toward animals, let's face it, I have a list. The way that they treated animals and like just treated them as like a rock with eyes, like they're just dumb and they don't have any kind of, there's nothing there. The way that they felt toward gay people was so fucked up to me. I never understood that. I thought it was weird. How can you be a vet and not have compassion? Being a Scientologist doesn't give you compassion. His practice is still open. He's still a vet in Kansas City. But I will never forget that. I will never forget this guy just looking at me. And he was like, "Yeah, he's a fucking train wreck." I was like, can you, like, I was like, what a horrible way to convey news. Did you pay for more repair sessions after Gary died? You mean because of the death of Gary? Yeah, I went in session a few times after he died. He died and then Fred died. So I went in session. I guess you wouldn't call it session. I had a couple of loss of person assists on Gary, not just the one at the org. I had one done at my house. Doug ran one on me. Brenda ran one on me. So that's technically a session because they have to start it and make notes and turn it into your folder. Would he have clients that are not Scientologists? He had tons of clients that weren't Scientologists. Yeah. Do non-Scientologists take their animals to this Scientology vet? Yes. Because guys, you wouldn't know he was a Scientologist. You're not going to know. It's not like he's going to show up at your house and be like, "Hi, I'm here to help. I'm a Scientologist." No, I knew that because they were promoting him at the org to give him business. I swear to God, that dude moved from Oklahoma, but I could be wrong. I feel like I'm thinking of a different vet, Scientology vet in Oklahoma, and he actually died, I'm pretty sure. I don't know entirely where that guy moved from, but everybody was so excited that he was moving to the Kansas City org because we were going to have 2 new OT7s. He and his wife, I'm almost positive she was not 8 yet. Hey, Luigi. I love Luigi. I'm pretty sure they were both on 7 and everybody was so excited to have, I mean, that's money, right? If you have an OT7 coming to live, that's people are going to cater to you. Um, oh, I'm sure he acted like that to non-Scientology patients. No, Nancy and Stella, I don't think so. No, I think he was just that way. He probably didn't have a very high volume of people that weren't Scientologists. But in the same token, I think a lot of Scientologists appreciated that. Do you guys remember when my stepmother died? Right? And my dad said, sorry guys, hold on. Are you going live this evening? That's Wanda. I'm live now, gal. No, he wouldn't treat non-Scientologists differently. They don't kiss ass. They are truly dick swingers. What was I just saying before I got that text? Oh, when my stepmother died of breast cancer, do you remember how my dad handled that? He found out on the phone and he was about to go on for roll call on study. Brenda was there. Brenda was the supervisor. And he goes, I just found out my ex-wife, Kathy, died. She was OT8, by the way, breast cancer. And Brenda goes, oh my God, Jean, do you need a loss of a person assist? Can we get you in session? My dad's words, no, she'll be fine. She's a good girl. They don't have, guys, it really is trained out of them. And they don't act differently around non-Scientologists. My dad was not like putting on a nice face out in the real world with people. No way. No, and I guarantee you that vet wasn't either. That's how they really are. They pride themselves on that, I would say. To be quite honest, they pride themselves on that. They do. And it's really effed up. And I'm trying to think of my list. Top definitely was animals. I think also when I was in Scientology and I was constantly having to do handlings and ethics things and repairs, I know you wouldn't, Stella. It would come up all the time. I would start crying and I would talk about the loss of my dad. I talked about it all the time. How I'm upset about it. Why can't we fix this? Why can't somebody get us together to do a chaplain cycle? Why can't we do something? He is a Scientologist. And every time they'd be like, we don't care. I mean, it was just very matter of fact. That's how they are. That's how they react to real world things. Glad you chose not to be a good girl. Well, Julie, I did and I didn't, but I could not get into the mindset. I've always been too emotional about stuff. I've always cried at things. I'm better at crying at things now, but I've always had, I don't know, Wanda, but I'm glad you texted me. I've always had emotions about that kind of thing. And I think they couldn't get that out of me. They couldn't train it out of me. They did a pretty decent job. I mean, I would say to this day, I still have a good job of my TR training. I mean, I don't have to react to shit right away. I can sit on stuff for a long time. I can have a poker face, right? But that was I forgot all about that story. That was so upsetting to me that I remember like crying. I was really crying. I knew that dog had bad congestive heart failure. I knew it was going to be a matter of time. And it was such a trigger for me to see a vet. For them, once they put the stethoscope on, I would start crying because I knew what they were going to say. But all the vets I'd ever seen were like, yes, this is bad, but he's doing good on his meds. But here's the signs you need to look for when it does get really bad and he kicks into the higher up stage. Like they would always prepare me for it. It's like a hospice, right? That hospice woman that came to do the evaluation on Fred. I have worked in hospice with so many amazing people. You have to have a heart, I think, to work with kids, animals, hospice. Not just anybody can do that. Even the healthcare field, I would say too, because we've all met asshole doctors and nurses, and you're like, why are you in this field if you fucking hate people? Excuse my language, but I feel that way too. I'm like, you need to have a little more compassion. Like, if you're seeing people who are sick all the time, why would you be like Like, I don't get it. Why are you here? I get that like we all have bad days, but if you're like truly not liking your job, this might not be for you, right? So it's the same thing with hospice. Hey, Tara Jackson, do you remember that hospice woman? She literally came to my house to do an evaluation on Fred. He's crying out in pain. And she goes, oh, she was like, okay. She goes, they told me this guy was going to die tonight. And I was like, that's my husband. Do not. Like, I couldn't believe it. She just had zero understanding, empathy. It's weird, but I truly believe that's not the norm. That's the exception. If you're going into a field like animals, right? Helping animals, um, healthcare, any of that, like you're not in it to make money. You're in it to help. You're passionate about that. I feel that way about kids because I'm not a big fan. I would never want to work with children. I think they're cute, but only in tiny doses, and I can't handle it. No, Stella, it was horrible. Helena, another reason some people aren't animal people is that touch is triggering. Hmm. Animals are attracted to traumatized people, so it feeds the cycle. Now I consider that if someone says they don't like animals. I've never heard that in my life, but I'll take your word for it. I I can't say that I've met very many people who said they don't like animals. But the people I have met were Scientologists, so that kind of already ruins it. But they never said it's because they don't like touch. So I don't know. I mean, I could believe that, I could see that, but I've never met anyone that has said that, Helena. That's an interesting and let's be fair, guys. How many people have you met that are like, "Oh, I don't like animals?" That's pretty damn rare. I don't I've met a few people who are like, "I'm not a cat person," or something like that. Or I mean, there's always the occasional person who's like, "I was severely mauled by something and I don't like to be around him now." If it's a dog or something like that, I get it. That's usually the reason though, and I can understand, I can connect the two. But I can't tell you how many Scientologists were like, "Oh, I can't stand animals." Or they just think they're walking banks, like my father. Thank you for your super chat, babe. Yeah, Nancy, she's in the wrong field. Hey, Joanna Arcana. I love working with kids. They are honest. I can't say, Wanda, whenever I'm around kids, I'm always like, why don't I like kids more? They're really cute. I enjoy this. I just get overwhelmed. Like I couldn't do it around the clock. There's no way I could be a teacher, but I could work with seniors every day of my life. It's just I think we know what we like, and I'm more flocking to the senior group. Um, yeah, just Joan. Hey, cat. Speaking of animals, how's your dog? Guys, Scientologists are super, super desensitized to pretty much everything. And that is obviously the fault of L. Ron Hubbard. So I wanted to talk about something. Hey, Riley's human. I wanted to talk about something specific. Is Joanne Hawley still in here? I'm sure she is. God, speaking of animals, the weirdest thing happened to me today. I ordered Gertie's food a few days ago. She was getting low. She eats canned food. And okay, Joanne, and this is the weirdest thing. I have been ordering from this company for probably 5 years. I think probably 5 years. It's a great company. I used to go to them in Kansas City, but I'm not going to drive now because they're in Nashville. I don't want to drive to Nashville to buy dog food. I've done it a couple of times and it's like, no, I'll just ship because anything over $50 is free shipping. And I always spend $50. She's so good feeling like herself again and was playing with her dolly. Oh my God, that's such good news, Kat. Her dog is better. She's fine. I had a really good feeling about that on the Zoom call. I could tell how worried you were, but I don't know why. My intuition was like, she's going to be fine. I think when you said that she ate her treat and she was like, she did go outside. And then when you showed her under the blanket, I was like, I just feel good about this. I don't know why, but I'm really happy to hear that. Thank you, babe, for the update. Oh my God, you guys. So I ordered she eats cans. I opened the box. I ordered 2 pallets maybe of them. It's 12 to a pack, and I ordered 2 packs. And I opened the box. There's 6 cans in the box. That's it. And they're super dented. Guess what else was in this box? 6 cans of dog food and a giant fat orange can of green beans and potatoes. Human, like something you'd buy at the store. It was all thrown together. It was the weirdest thing. Aw, tell Luigi I love him and I miss him. Really wish I could get some, well, now you just threw off what I was trying to say. What's the tomato thing I love? Help me. Caprese salad. It was the weirdest thing in the world. Yeah, a can of green beans and potatoes. It was like a big can. It was like this fat can that you would buy at Publix, and it was all thrown together. I opened this box, and I even had to get Huxley. I was like, Huxley, what am I looking at? Do you see what I see, or is your mom losing it? I was like, what is this? Why is there a box, a can of potatoes and green beans? A perspective that shocked me, just wanted to share. That is a shocking perspective. But to be fair, Helena, I could see that. Now that you say it, I can't unsee it. I just don't think it's that common. But thank you for your super chat again. So the company was amazing. I called and the girl was working from home because of the ice storm and she was so nice. So she's shipping me out, obviously, the correct order, and she took $15 off. She refunded me $15, which I thought was really, really nice. The company is Hollywood Feed. I don't know if you guys have them in your town, but they had a couple of them in Kansas City. Their customer service is the main reason. Sorry, guys. Their customer service is the main reason. I love supporting companies that have like that personal touch, and they've always had it. They hire super knowledgeable people. Like, I can't believe the knowledge I've gained from employees alone, just going into that store. And I miss going in, but it's too far away. So I ship it to me now. But that was the weirdest thing. She was like, in all my years of working here, I've never heard. I had to take a picture and I emailed it. And I was like, this is what I'm looking at. And she was like, I am so sorry. And she said, I'm going to get this shipped out today and overnight. And I said, you don't have to do all that. We have food, but obviously you just have to correct the problem. And she was so nice. And she gave me $15 off. Anyway, neither here nor there. This is a weird stream because I'm all over the place. But Joanne Hawley sent me something, texted me something. And it's called Hollywood Feed, Angie Mo. And they have one in Nashville on 8th Avenue. They have one in Brentwood. And I think they have one in Franklin, but obviously all of those locations are like an hour from me. I don't want to drive that far. Angie, I think I took you with me one time. I think when you and I did an outing down to the flea market, I had to stop there. And I think you waited in the car. And I said, while I'm down here, I need to get dog food. I'm almost positive you were with me. But that's where I get Bo and Gertie's dog food. I used to get kids' food there, but it's too expensive to feed 3 cats that food. So now I just buy their food at Costco. I could afford it when it was just her, but now I can't. And I'm like, you guys, you'll have to live with that. Yeah, that's right, Angie Mo. Okay, so anyway, guys, Joanne Hawley sent me something. And I want everybody to listen to it because it can apply to a lot of different things. And it's, of course, our favorite guy that we listen to, JJ Douglas. Do we all know who I'm talking about? That amazing guy that has a YouTube channel. He's an incredible speaker. His voice is soothing. I love, love, love him. It would be a dream to meet him, to talk with him. I don't think he probably streams with people. He doesn't need to, but he is incredible. And this is just a clip like I always play. But it reminds me of the last few days where the content that we've been doing. And then I also loved, and I haven't stopped thinking about it. Do you remember yesterday when we played the clip of if I were the devil, what would I do to destroy a woman? I can't stop thinking about that in a good way. Like, I am so inspired by that because almost everything that was said, I felt on a deep level. Like how broken we feel, how we tear ourselves down, set ourselves on fire to keep others warm. That kind of topic I could go on and on and on and talk about forever. Hey, Linda. And I know not all of you could or want to. So I respect that. And that's why I don't always keep that topic. But it's so healing. And I'm really into healing this year. I'm really into finding my faults and taking accountability for the things I've done to myself, not even others, but to me, and learning from that and changing it. And another big thing is I've talked about it 2 days in a row now, but just the personality of a person like Jeff, um, even Aaron, we've been talking about, um, people like that using other people to humanize them, to legitimize them. That has really, really continued on my mind. As a matter of fact, somebody left a comment yesterday on my channel. Let me see. I want to see it, actually. I want to know. I want to read it because I responded to their comment. I don't usually respond to comments, and I responded and I said, "Holy shit, that was profound." I want you guys to hear this comment. This is from Just Jen. She comes in here all the time. She may even be in here right now. And then I'm going to show you Joanne Hawley's thing. I used to be a huge supporter of Aaron, but after his comment about Jeff being the victim, I'm done. The only men who would say something like that are the kind of men that treat women the way Jeff treated you. Hey, Tammy. They do not see themselves as the problem they are. The fact that he has 3 girls and he thinks Jeff's behavior was acceptable is terrifying. I never thought of that. And I'm mad that I never thought, like, I'm disappointed in me. I pray those girls never meet a man like Jeff or their dad. Aaron should have just kept his mouth shut and stuck to Scientology content. I won't watch another video of his ever. Now, this isn't a hey, Don Pariso, I'm thinking about you, babe, and your family. This isn't a tear down Aaron session. That's not the point. But that is so, Aaron did say that in my marriage, Jeff was the victim. So many reasons that is incorrect and fucked up. And that also, I also want to say, like, does that mean like I was the victim and it was all Jeff and not me? No, like I'm not also going to be the like, oh, poor me, I was so abused. Like, no, none of that was good. It was toxic as shit. It was unhealthy. And neither one of us were just good for each other. Like, I tore down Jeff too. I'm not trying to like slink away out of accountability here, but that's not even the point. Really wise words, really hope between the dreams. I agree. I didn't think about his kids. I don't think about Aaron very often. And I really don't even want to speak to his kids because I feel ick talking about it. It's disrespectful. I want to leave that alone. Kids are kids. I don't want to drag them onto YouTube. I feel awkward talking about other people's kids. So I don't really even want to do it too much. Yeah, Wanda, Aaron on his video where he was trashing me said Jeff was the victim in that marriage. But the only men who would say something like that are the kind of men that treat women the way Jeff treated you. They do not see themselves as the problem they are. The fact that he has 3 girls and he thinks Jeff's behavior was acceptable is terrifying. I pray those girls never meet a man like Jeff or their dad. I just thought that was a very profound insight. And this isn't even about Aaron anymore. This is about any man who treats women that way. It's true. It's like, wow. So, I mean, you're okay with it. You condone it. You don't even see it. I don't know. That really rocked me. And I just had to share that. I thought that was very profound of Just Jen. I thought it was very profound. Okay, so let's see. I want to play this if you guys are up for it. I absolutely love this guy. Again, where is Joanne Hawley? There she is. I love his insight. You could show me anything by JJ Douglas, and every time I hear something, it applies to me. So this is just speaking of like bad relationships. It doesn't have to be a man, just toxic relationships, any kind of a toxic relationship. I want you guys to really hear this. And again, for those who need to hear this, well, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay. So some of you may be bored with this. I really, really loved it. I want you to hear this.
Sometimes the hardest thing you'll ever have to do is to choose yourself when your heart is still attached. Because feelings are loud. They beg, they reminisce, they make countless excuses for what hurt you. But self-respect is quiet. It doesn't argue, it doesn't chase, It just knows when something isn't right. There comes a moment in your life where you realize you can't keep honoring your emotions while betraying your values. You can miss someone and still know they aren't good for you.
You can still miss someone and know they aren't good for you. I think that's really validating.
Can love someone and still understand that access to you is no longer healthy. You can feel deeply and still decide not to act on every feeling. That's growth. A lot of people confuse intensity with connection. They think because something feels strong, it must be right.
That is so intense for me. That resonates with me. That's where I'm my intuition is quite good. I have to be honest. My gut's pretty good. But when something feels strong to me, I equate that to it must be right. Does anybody else resonate with that? To me, that was so yes. Just because something feels strong to you does not mean it's right. Right? I'm gonna back that up a tiny bit.
It must be right. But sometimes the strongest feelings are attached to the very things that taught you to abandon yourself.
But sometimes that strong feeling is the very thing that taught you to abandon yourself. Is that not sad, but eye opening? I'm okay with the sadness as long as it teaches me a lesson. This is the kind of stuff I am so into this whole year. I could do this kind of content every day. I just absolutely love breaking down. I'm so interested in knowing why I am the way I am and getting better, right? Listen, I went back a little bit.
Something feels strong. It must be right. But sometimes the strongest feelings are attached to the very things that taught you to abandon yourself. Self-respect is choosing what protects you even when your heart wants what's familiar. It's walking away from what feels good because it doesn't treat you well. It's saying no even when part of you still hopes things will change. And yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot, but hurting with integrity is better than smiling while you lose yourself. There is power in saying, I care about you, but I care about myself more. That decision will break old patterns. It will disappoint people who benefited from your silence. It will make you feel lonely at first, but it will also bring peace, clarity, and a version of you that no longer negotiates your worth for temporary comfort. When you start choosing respect over emotion, you don't become heartless, you become whole. Sometimes
When you start choosing respect over emotion, you don't become heartless, you become whole. I loved every word of that. Yes, I know. His voice is amazing. I don't know Angie Mo. He is profound. Hey, Tony P. That's JJ Douglas. And it's not J, the letter J, it's Jay Douglas. He has a YouTube channel and he is just so, I love him so much. My abusive relationship was so intense, both good and bad. I equated the intensity to good to love. Yeah. Just those feelings of like really, really strong feelings doesn't mean it's right. And I loved how yes, Liz, I love how we talked about self-abandonment. And I kind of want to play, me too, Joanne Hawley. I almost want to play the thing that we played yesterday about how to take a woman apart. Because I don't know if maybe I shouldn't, but all of you may not have felt what I felt from that. It gave me value to look into. How to take her apart, that's how where I'm at and how I feel. Hey, Victoria, but I liked it because it inspired me to go deeper into myself, to look more inward at certain things that I think are lies. But I don't know, maybe it didn't resonate with you guys. And if you didn't enjoy that one yesterday, I won't play it. I can just play it for me alone. But I thought it was so spot on. There were so many things about that I was like, oh my God, that's me. I've done that. I've absolutely done that. Kat, can I post a link to this? Oh, I don't know how because that was on YouTube. Yeah, no, I know how. Never mind. Copy link. Got it. If one of the mods could post that, I think Yadira's got it. He is very good looking. He's a very handsome man. And he just, hey, Christine Baker, that's all of us at some point. That's definitely all of us at some point. He had another one that I sent to myself the other day. I'm going to play this one. Hey, Lori Lee. I'm going to just play the first like few seconds of this one. I don't know if this is exactly it. I save a lot of these.
Your heart.
Oh.
I don't think we speak or talk enough about how strange it feels when you realize that you have been protecting people who were never really protecting you, because it crushes your heart.
That made me feel really sad, because I know that all of us have felt that too, that we've been protecting people who were never really protecting us.
It doesn't come as a big dramatic moment. It actually shows up in a quiet moment. And a lot of us experience it in a very lonely moment, because you learn how drained you feel after certain conversations, how your body really starts to hurt and tighten up when certain names pop up, how you start rehearsing what you're going to say before you even can respond. You brush it off. You tell yourself you're reading too much into it, but you're not. Don't do yourself that way. You're becoming aware. A lot of us were taught to be patient, taught to be understanding, to lead with grace, and grace matters, but grace without boundaries will wear you out.
Grace without boundaries will wear you out. Can you guys break down what was just said there? That was such a meaningful sentence I needed to hear. Because I think we as women give a lot of grace. I think that women do. I think that it's a natural thing for us. A lot of us do that. But we wear ourselves out. We give and we give and we give, and we set ourselves on fire to keep other people warm. And I absolutely, that stuck with me so much. Grace without boundaries will wear you out. It's so true. I can see it on people's faces, how worn out they are. Listen to this.
I used to think forgiveness meant keeping the door wide open, staying available, absorbing whatever came my way. But forgiveness doesn't mean access. You can forgive someone fully and still move differently from them. Forgiveness clears your heart.
Forgiveness doesn't mean access. I thought that was pretty powerful too. Forgiveness does not mean access.
Boundaries protect your peace. Those two can exist at the same time. Please understand that. And when you start choosing space, the guilt shows up, because you were trained to confuse peace with punishment. But distance isn't revenge. Sometimes it's wisdom.
Distance isn't revenge. Hey, Critters Creations, sometimes it's wisdom. I just like how he takes things that feel harsh. Like, to me, boundaries felt harsh. He's the one who taught me. Boundaries are not harsh. They're clarity. That's all they are. Boundaries are clarity. If the right person, if you say to me, Reese, I'm not comfortable talking about that, I'm not going to go anywhere near it. I'm going to go, oh, I'm sorry. No problem. Let's change the subject. How's your mom? Like, for the right people, that's all they are. If you say to me, Reese, I don't want to talk about that, and I go, well, why not? I do. I just crossed a boundary. So now it's clarity for you. The clarity is put on you to make a decision now. This person doesn't respect my boundaries. It actually clears a path for who should be in your life and who should not. That's all boundaries are to me now. If you say, I don't want to talk about that, and I go, I'm so sorry, I respect that. I didn't mean to go there with you. I'm sorry. That's clarity for me. If I cross that, that's clarity for you. Boundaries are simply clarity. That's how I see that. Makes me think of Tori saying no to Aaron instead of allowing him in. That is such a good point, Erica. When she was live last week and Aaron put up a super chat, so awkward, and said, we need to talk. Let's hash this out. And I loved her response. She was like, there's nothing to discuss. I'm saying everything I need to say, but I hope you get it together. Right? Like, it was so simple. It was clarity. It wasn't mean. It wasn't anything. It was just clarity to me. Hey, Air Supply, do you guys agree with that? Erica, that's a great truth. That's my point. How many of you have been put in your place like that? I mean, that's what Tori did, but she did it kindly. Boundaries, like for me, I think I fear them because I'm used to yelling. I'm used to everybody in my life yelling at me. My dad yelled at me. Most of the men I've been with have yelled at me. To me, that's what boundaries are. Shut your fucking mouth, right? Like, you won't talk about this, or calling names, any of that stuff. I'm scared. That makes me nervous. But Tori was the perfect example of that. She did it with grace, class, and kindness. She didn't shut him down. She wasn't like, oh, fuck off, Aaron. She didn't do any of that. She was super kind. She was like, oh, no, we don't need to hash anything out. I don't need to. I'm just speaking what I want to say here, but I hope that you get some help, or whatever she said. It was just, have you ever had someone do that? For me, that happened to me like a month ago. Somebody crossed a line majorly with me, and I was mad about it. And I texted the person, and I never, ever, ever, ever do this. And I did the same thing. I texted him and I said, hey, you really crossed a line by doing what you did. I just let him have it, as far as like, I didn't hint that I knew. I just said, hey, I know what you did. And I said, you really crossed a line by doing that. I said, if you ever want to get like dirt on me or the local gossip, I said, you know my number, text me next time. Do not go behind my back, which is what this person did. I said, don't ever go behind my back again. You come straight to me. You know my phone number. If you want the shit on me, I promise I'll give it to you. This dude texted me back and said, I apologize for doing that. No problem at all. How's your January going? How's 2026? I was like, that is how it was clarity. Hey, Marty Jewel, guys, it's exactly the same thing. Nobody felt weird. Hey, baby lily pad, nobody was upset. I was over the moon happy about it. I was like, no problem. Perfect. We're back in fine again. We're friends again. But I wasn't sure in the moment because they had gone behind my back about something. And I was kind of shocked about it. But they came right forward and they were like, took accountability, didn't make it weird, right? Kind of like Tori, took accountability. She didn't make it weird. She was like, oh no, I'm just speaking here on my channel, but we don't need to hash anything out. We're good. Like, it doesn't have to be this like big drama fest scene or anything. There's no yelling. It doesn't have to be weird. Let's finish this because I like this dude a lot.
Isn't revenge
back it up a ton.
Can exist at the same time. Please understand that. And when you start choosing space, the guilt shows up because you were trained to confuse peace with punishment. But distance isn't revenge. Sometimes it's wisdom. Some people aren't trying to hurt you. They're just used to taking more than they give. And if nothing changes, they assume nothing is wrong. That's how patterns survive.
Huge. Hey, Barbara Waite, huge to me. If they think nothing changes, they think nothing's wrong. That is how patterns survive. Do you remember when I said my two friends that I lost last year who just shocked me with their words, like told me I don't love my son, told me that I'm still a Scientologist, told me I have a dark heart and they're so glad Jesus led me to him to show me for me to show them their dark heart. Let's play that again because that really meant something.
Trying to hurt you. They're just used to taking more than they give. And if nothing changes, they assume nothing is wrong. That's how patterns survive.
And I said, I'm not even mad at them, because when that person said to me, you don't even love your own son, I didn't say anything. I froze like I always do. When that person said to me, hey, Mary Barons, you have a dark heart, and I'm so glad that Jesus led me to you to expose how evil you are. I didn't say anything. I did nothing. I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't do anything. So it was on me, not them. To be fair, it really isn't their fault. I allowed that. You teach people how to treat you. If you say nothing, guys, then they assume nothing's wrong. And that is how patterns survive. I think that anytime I can pick something apart and make it more clear for myself, then I can actually apply it. If you say to me like, well, this is, boundaries are just clarity. You just got to do it. Or like, if you just sweep over shit, I'm like, yeah, I can't change. No, sorry. I'm going to just stay in my uncomfortable nonsense. But if I can break it down like I just did, and I can think of actual concepts and examples, what does my sweater say? I don't know. It's a river in Paris. I got this in the Anthropologie sale a couple months ago. I actually have never worn it, but it's very thick. Thank you for noticing. This would be cute with, I should have paired it with, this would be really cute with like a thick, dark wash denim long sleeve button down and pop the collar out because this is navy, and then have like the long sleeves and cuff back the cuffs. That would be really cute. I should have tried that. I think this would be cute with a chambray, but not really chambray in the wash. I'm thinking like a dark denim. Do you guys get that? That is so powerful to me right there, guys. Think about that for a minute. And again, this only applies to the people who need to hear it. If you do nothing, because the reason I'm really hammering this is a lot of women in here have told me I have trouble with boundaries. I have trouble with sticking up for myself. I too am a people pleaser. I have trouble with confrontation. Denial. Yeah. Yes, it was, Joanne. And so if you have to look at it this way. I said this the other day. If you're the one that doesn't do anything, if you're like, oh, I just have trouble with confrontation, so I don't say anything, so I just set me on fire to keep you warm, you're the one that pays the price. You're the one that pays for that. You think they're paying for that? They don't give a shit because they assume nothing's wrong. If you don't say anything, then nothing's wrong. How can you even get mad at them for what they did? You kind of can't because you're teaching them how to treat you. But I thought it was even more interesting that he said, and that's how patterns continue. That's how patterns survive. I don't think of it as changing, but instead growing. Christine, so true. Yeah, it's just a new way of looking at things. I love to learn something every day that helps me to feel differently about myself and my relationships with others. I want to be a better person every day. And I don't always accomplish that. I don't always accomplish that. We've seen it in the last week or so, kind of been my old shitty self. And I'm aware of it. I'm aware of I am always aware of my behavior, especially when it's bad behavior. I know when I repeat bad behavior. It's not hard for me to see when I start tearing people down or being a bitch about something. I'm well aware that I'm slipping back into hater mode in a way. Like I'm just like them. Being shitty, attacking people is not who I want to be. I've said this before though. If you fight, I'll fight. And if you bring it to me, we're going to have problems. That's all. But I still should be healed enough and non-reactive enough to not take the bait about it, because that's what they want. It's what they want. And I still struggle with that. We talked about this in the Zoom call, but we talked about it before the Zoom call on here. I don't always believe in, as much as I love Mel Robbins, I don't always believe in the let them theory. I think the let them theory is a case by case. I think you can apply it when it applies, but I think only you know when it doesn't. And I don't believe in people being bullies to other people. I'm very much against bullies and bullying. And what I've been doing, fighting back, and what I've said about like my biggest asshole bully that I've probably had, who's been consistent. I don't know. I mean, Aaron had Marilyn going after me, but Marilyn has been horrible. And I don't see it as me bullying her back. I don't see it that way. I see it as you asked for this. And now it's coming. You started this, and now you're getting what you asked for, is kind of how I look at it. I definitely think Marilyn is one of the absolute worst bullies. The problem is she's not bright and she can't get very far trying to do it, but she certainly tries. She certainly tries to be a bully. And I'm not the only person she's bullied. She's bullied Nora. She's bullied apparently a lot of people. There was like a mod once that she bullied so bad the woman was like not wanting to be here anymore. She did, Jessamine. Purple Tammy, help me, please. I don't want to be on this earth. Okay, so this is really intense, Purple Tammy, and I would like my mods to post the suicide hotline, please, number. This is really horrible, my friend, and I hate it when anybody feels this way. I don't know what's driven you to get this far to where you feel this way, but no one should feel that way. And I am not the person to counsel you through this. However, we would love for you to be here on this earth, and that's horrible. And I'm sorry. If you are in crisis and need help, thank you, Yadira. Dial or text 988. Purple Tammy, that is a hotline that you can call. I strongly suggest that you do. That is really, really, really sad and horrible. And we don't want anybody feeling that way. I don't know what drove you to feel that way. I don't know if you're being abused. I don't know if you're being bullied. But please get yourself some help and just start by dialing those numbers. Please do that for us. And then you can talk to someone who can help you, walk you through some things. Please do that. Yeah. Angie Mo asked where you're located. Also, Purple Tammy, I'm not putting you on the spot here. Those feelings are very natural and valid. I think almost everyone in this group right now would be able to say they've felt that way before. I have felt that way several times in my life, that I don't want to be here anymore. I have felt that way. And I do understand, but I will also say it's a horrible feeling. It's a horrible feeling. So please do something about it. Do that for you. Okay? Like give yourself that gift. And by the way, I have to say that was courageous and vulnerable as hell to come in and say that. Like, I don't want you to feel like you're being pointed out here or picked out. Like, that was a really big deal for you to actually voice that in this chat. I'm glad that you did. It made you very brave, in my opinion. To say something like that is a big deal. It's alarming, but it's kind of the first step. Like, you're telling us, and I want you to call that number. You're in Belgium. Wow, that's pretty cool. But there are a lot of options. I'm sure there's a ton of people, I hope, that love you and know you. You're probably a really amazing person. You're probably, if I had to guess, there's some circumstances in your life that we need to help you remedy with, or you need to get a therapist to do that. But you are in a good company right here. You're in a good community and good company. So I want you to call that number, please. Please. Hi, Sierra Terry. I totally agree with you about the let them theory for the same reason. Love you, Reese. Sierra, thank you for the giant super chat. That is really, really kind, helpful, and I appreciate it so much. I hate to do that because I love and support Mel Robbins so much. But there's a time and a place. And I am a big believer in the let them theory. I really am. I'm a big believer in, like, think of all the hate that I even just, I'll use me because I know me the best. I get a lot of hate. I get shitty emails. I get comments. There's people making videos. There's people cashing in on my name. Lying, twisting my words, right? There's a lot of that. I let them. I can't. I'm not. I am not going to come out here and put shit up and be like, that's not what I said. That's not how I feel. They're twisting my words. Hey, Gabby, you know what I mean? I don't give a flying shit about that. Like, I don't care about that. I'm not going to waste my time on that. But, I was using Marilyn specifically as the example. It doesn't work. When people are coming for you, I believe, but this isn't like, it's not like what I say is what goes, but I believe that you should stand up for yourself. Marilyn took it too fucking far, spreading lies, but also going after my kid. Right. And so there's a time and a place. And she did it for a very long time, months and months, if not a year. Right. Like, yeah, she's the ultimate example. I love how she posts, fuck around, find out about me. She's the one who's going to fuck around and find out. If she continues to make hate videos on me, we'll continue to bask in that. And I will give it right back to her. And some of you may go, Reese, let it go. I get it. And I will. But she spent too much time coming after me. And so I'm just not cool with it. Now, she's not doing it now. So I really kind of even hate bringing up her name. But she is a great example of a bully. And I said this earlier, but I absolutely believe that Marilyn lights up every room that she leaves. No, West Coast Fancy Nancy, she's not. And you're right. She's not right in the head. So I kind of hate to even speak to that. Sierra Terry, thank you very much for that insight. And thank you for that super chat. It is okay to stand up for yourself. But again, I don't want to push this, right? Like she's not coming after me right now. There will be a time. I'm any day now, I'm sure, but we will be prepared to come give it right back to her because I'm just not going to lay down and take it. I'm not going to be quiet about it. Right. Hey, Miss Sassafras. Profound. She has had enough of her own trauma and she should never shit on others. Yeah. She's just a disgusting fucking woman anyway, because she shits on other women and kids. Like, you're just trash as shit if you're a woman that tears down other women. That's gross. I don't like it. No one really does. It's 2026. I'm using that lights up every room she leaves. Yeah, Marilyn lights up every fucking room that she walks out of. So, Purple Tammy, I'm glad. Please do that. I don't believe in bullying people. I don't really even, it doesn't even cross my mind to make fun of people that haven't made fun of me. I'm only going to fight if you fight. If you come after me first, that's the only reason I feel okay about exposing and calling people pieces of shit. But otherwise, I would never just make videos about people, right? I would never just make videos about people that I just felt like attacking that did nothing to me or my family. That's to me part of the definition of insanity. You can add that to it. People who just go looking for fights and tearing other people down, that's a little bit insane. Purple Tammy, wow. That's an honor. Thank you for becoming a member. I hope that you stick around. I hope that you come back as often as you can. We would love, love, love to have you in this community. I mean it. Thank you. Are the people coming after you Scientologists? Because that's part of their playbook. Most of the time, Leslie, yes. Marilyn has creepily hopped on to the ex-Scientology community, like started out love bombing the shit out of them a long time ago when she came on the scenes. And then like saying that she's like, what'd she call herself? Like the mother bear for all the ex-Scientologists, and I'm here for you. And she was like this big support system. And then she started trashing us. A bandwagon junkie. Yeah, a Band-Aid. I'd call her a Band-Aid. Like a lot of people don't even know she's not a Scientologist. That's how much she's kind of immersed herself in it. That's why I always said, I was like, Marilyn's book is coming out this fall. I always wanted to be a Scientologist. It's weird to me. Like, it's super weird to me. So I won't say who, but somebody called me once in the past and said, "Who the fuck is this Marilyn?" Way before she ever started attacking me. An ex-Scientologist called me and they were like, "Who is this fucking Marilyn person? And why is she like riding on the coattails of all the ex-Scientologists? Why is she like obsessed and like pretending to be one?" And then they were like, "And why is she attacking Mike Rinder? Like, where is this coming from?" And I still don't, a Klingon, I still don't follow a lot of the drama within the community. So I didn't know at the time. And I was like, she's attacking Mike Rinder? Like, I didn't even know that at the time. But I was like, yeah, I don't know. It just felt weird at the time. It was like, where did this person come from? And why are they kind of so obsessed with the ex-Scientology? I hope he isn't either, Pat Jonas. You have to pick your battles. You have to stand up for you. And especially Huck, small shit that unknown nobodies say can be a let them. Yes, girl. But when it gets personal and threats crossing the line, she speaks truth and wisdom right there. Absolutely, Joanne Hawley. And this is exactly what I mean. And to me, Marilyn's a nobody. The only reason I'm bringing her up is because she made, how many would, if we had to guess, a loose number, guys, how many videos did she make? Obsessive videos about me. Everybody put a number in the chat. I'm going to guess 30, but I bet that's a low number. I bet it's more like 50. If I had to guess. That's too much, even for a nobody. No, P. Taylor. Thank you for your super chat, and that was some wisdom right there. I agree with that, Lady O. Stopped watching the hate. Well, yeah, a lot. 40, Mary Barons. Yeah, I don't know honestly either, but if I had to loosely guess, I would say 30 to 50. I gave up counting. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And we took it for the most part. We just kept taking it. I've watched 2 or 3 of them, but I'd guess probably 50 that I've heard about. That's a fucking obsession beyond. Like, that's insane. That's insane. I will. Thanks for the support. It feels good. Thanks. Purple Tammy, come back or stick around now, but come back to our streams. We would love to have you. We have a really, really engaging, welcoming chat here. Also, how many people did she coerce into believing lies and make hate videos themselves? A lot. She has no original content. And just, I think also like the shit she said toward my kid, it just got too far. It got too far. The lies, it got too far. It got too mean, girl. And she became a real bully. Stalking. Yeah. Yep. And I'm not trying to make this about her, guys. Honestly, I get almost like a sick feeling when I talk about her. It just, she really gives me the creeps. To be honest, she gives me the creeps. I know I forget it. See, I forgot about Susie. I never think about her. She's such an absolute nobody to me. You have to remind me that she even exists. I forgot about her. But yeah, she made a lot too. I think Marilyn is a nobody to herself too. That's sad because you know what? She could do good. She could do good content. She could talk about her cult. She could talk about her abuses. And I think a lot of people would flock to her and they would listen and be understanding instead of profiting off of other people's pain, stories of abuse. Hey, Tash Bits. But I think the biggest thing that was unforgivable there. Now, I haven't watched every video. So there's probably plenty of things I don't want to know about that she has said about me and Huxley. But one of the big ones, and I didn't see it. I wish I knew where it was. You guys told me what video, where she said that my story of Dan O'Connor abusing me didn't happen. That's fucked up. Made me really lose a lot of respect. Hey, Marissa Martin. I am too, Purple Tammy. I'm really, really glad. We do a show pretty much every day. I would say in a month, I probably take off 2 days. One for sure with the Zoom call. Probably 3 days at the max. I try really hard not to take a day off. So we do a show pretty much every day, Purple Tammy. Is it just me or is your face slimmer? It's probably slimmer, Angie Mo. I haven't been eating. I just haven't not been interested in food. It's probably my GLP-1 finally kicking in, but I am grossed out by the thought of food lately, and I don't know why. It's super weird. I'm just not into food. I don't know. And when I ate finally yesterday, it was like I had to force feed myself. I wasn't liking it. I wasn't tasting it. I made a cup of noodles at like 9:30 last night and I laid in bed with it. Tash Bits, I agree with you on that. Hey, Lilac Lime, I actually really strongly agree with you on that. She's not bright enough to realize she's being used and manipulated into being an asshole. Tash Bits, I don't mean that disrespectfully either, the bright part. I really think that she doesn't see it, like that you are absolutely just a pawn in all of this. You are just being used, and it's too bad. It's uncomfortable for everybody. I think everyone sees it except her. You don't have any idea how many people have said that to me. Like, she's being used 100%. We've all been there before, but I don't think she sees it. I think that she really thinks she's being chosen, and that ain't it. Reactive abuse. Absolutely, Leslie. So, and I agree with Leslie, what you said a second ago. I just didn't highlight it. Look for the fruit, because there's a lot of that. There's also a lot of that. I have to be honest, guys. I titled this stream, Feel What You've Been Avoiding. In so many ways, Aaron set me free in my mind. I can talk about this now at will if I want to. I can say my feelings about it, and I don't feel afraid. I don't have to go, yeah, we just don't, Aaron and I just don't talk, guys. Like, I don't have to do any of that. Now, do I want to make a channel trashing the guy? No. I'd much rather heal. Yeah, Margie Bar. But feel whatever it is that you've been avoiding. And I have been avoiding all of that for a long time. And I have to avoid stuff that I don't talk about here. I don't know if that made sense, what I just said, but it made total sense to me. I have some things over the years that have gone on behind the scenes, and that was one of them, where I would say to my closest people, I'd go, this fucking sucks. Do you know why it sucks? And they'd go, no, why? And why are you so upset? I'd go, because I'm a verbal processor. And I go on YouTube every day and I talk about life and all the things that are affecting me, all the things I want to grow from, my current situation, my problems, my therapy, all of it. And I can't talk about this. And that makes it hard. If there is something that I can't talk about coming on here, you have no idea how hard that is for me, because I want to. I don't know how many people are in here right now that I talk to. There are so many people that I've said, oh my God, I want to talk about this so bad. I can't. And that sucks, because this is where I come to talk. That's the point. This is where we come to talk things out, figure it all out, heal from it, move on from it. Yeah, Just Joan, and I'm glad that you did. Love you, Heather. Does that make sense? Like, it really, really, truly freed me, but it also made me see that this is all just a trap anyway. I should have been talking about this. There was nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing any of these people can do to any of us. And let's be honest, bullies win if they are able to silence you. That's all they're trying to do, is get you into a state of fear where you don't talk. I was afraid, not of Marilyn. I didn't want Aaron coming after me, right? And now that he is, it freed me. And I am truly able to look at and feel what I've been avoiding, if that makes sense. I feel so much better. That may be why my face looks thinner too. Like, I think I was stress eating a lot. And now I'm like, ever since this Aaron thing dropped, I don't feel stressed. Hey, Karen Doll. And I'm not eating as much because I don't think it's not a crutch for me right now. I was really stress eating. Like, I was like reaching for shit. I don't usually do that. My normal routine is to eat like once a day. I eat a meal once a day. And then at nighttime, that's my biggest problem. But I will reach for like a can of sriracha almonds, cheese. I have a problem with cheese at night. Sometimes I'll get some wheat thins out. Like, I get snacky with salt stuff at night. Nothing. I have not been eating. And it's not like a dangerous I'm not eating. It's just that I'm not like, I'm nervous. I need a crutch, so I'm going to stuff some Fig Newtons into my mouth. Does that make sense? I haven't done that. Mary Barons. My boyfriend and I are starting a channel soon, but about friendship and love. Talk about long distance friendship. Oh my God, congratulations. That's a big deal. Now, wait, I think you've told me you guys don't live in the same area. Is that right? For some reason, I thought you did, though. That's amazing either way. I love that for you guys. Congrats, babe. And thank you for your super chat. Sorry, I got behind. I just ate a whole pack of sharp cheddar cheese. So at Costco last week, I have a real issue with cheese, which isn't the worst thing. I mean, to me, it's not the worst thing. But I've always wanted to buy them, but they've never been on sale. And they were on sale last week. They were like $6 off. And it was a big bag of individually wrapped Tillamook, which is a good brand of cheese. Just little tiny squares of medium cheddar, I want to say, or sharp. I can't remember, but I like either one. And it was like a ton of them. It's like over 50 or 60 pieces of cheese. And when I'm hungry, I just eat like 2 of those now. I like Baby Bells too, but I hate the wrapping. I hate the wax. It's such a pain in the ass. Well, hey, Deborah. Really good to see you. Thanks for coming over to my channel. Wow. I mean that, babe. Thank you. I love snacking on pumpkin seeds. Me too. I love pumpkin seeds. I buy these chili lime ones at Publix when they're buy one, get one free, and they're really good. I also just like the size of pumpkin seeds, and they're soft. They're not like really hard to crunch. Sometimes almonds are a little much. Yeah, those Tillamook squares, tiny Gouda cheese. I love Gouda. Obviously, truffle cheese is my favorite, but it's really hard to find. Yeah, Baby Bell cheese is delicious once you get to it, Helena, but it's such a pain in the ass, all the wrapping. I don't eat 10. No, I usually eat 2. I literally have that bag of cheese in our refrigerator as we speak. Well, it was on sale at my Costco last week, and I have never seen it. I was like, oh, I'm doing it. I have to do it. It's just so convenient, too. I know you do, DNV. Big issues with confrontation. I hope that helped what we played and talked about. I hate that for you, Dawn, Puka Vista. Pumpkin seeds have melatonin? I didn't know that. That's good to know for bedtime. Salty pepita? What does that mean? Are those nuts? Yes, those are good. Cabot cheese or Cabo. I don't know if the T is silent. That's Tommy's favorite because he's from Vermont. He used to buy that when he lived here with me. I like Tillamook a lot. It's just not cheap. String cheese is good too. Teresa, you left some great comments on after a live the other day, and I meant to tell you that. You left some really, really, really good comments. My beautiful friend, I can't say dinner guests arriving shortly, but didn't want to miss saying hi. Love you too. Thank you for stopping in. What a cute picture of you and your guy. I love Gouda cheese. I used to love Laughing Cow. I could never get into Laughing Cow, but a lot of people at my old job used to eat it at lunchtime. Today at Costco, I bought the small beignets with Nutella. Ugh. I've never had Nutella, but I don't want to. It sounds gross to me. I just can't. Here's why, before you freak out about it. I don't like the taste of hazelnut. I do not like hazelnut because I've had hazelnut in coffees and I don't like it. It grosses me out. Purple Tammy, thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. You are so amazing, and I'm glad that we found you. Purple Tammy, I hope you call that number. I will tell you that something my therapist says, Purple Tammy, and being in Belgium, I don't know if they do this here, if they word it like this, but my therapist always says, when stress goes up, self-care needs to go up. Purple Tammy, you need to take that seriously, because when I have therapy and I give him something stressful, he always says, okay, like he doesn't even address that yet. He does this. He goes, what are you doing for self-care? That's the first thing he asks. And I didn't notice that until like 3 or 4 sessions in a row. And then I noticed he was doing that. Now, I love that. I would love to have that in a partner. I would love to have that in a friend. Before we deal with your problem, and we will, how's your self-care? I like that. It makes me feel like a hug. It makes me feel loved. It makes me feel supported, right? Like instead of just tackling the problem and being like, okay, so what happened, right? I really like it's a soft approach and I like it. But he says, like, I'll go, this is really stressing me out. Like, I'm stressed about this and I don't know what to do and I'm not sleeping. And he'll go, okay, okay. What are you doing for self care? And every time I'll just say something, I'll say something like, well, I had to take a nap because I'm not sleeping. And he'll go, okay. And I'll say something like, I took a really hot shower. And usually I shower, guys, especially in the winter. I only wash my hair once a week, but I shower every day. And I would say my fucking showers are like 5 minutes tops. I don't know what it is. I think because my skin gets so dried out. Like, I don't love the shower, especially when it's cold like this. I hate it. I hate getting out of the shower and it's freezing in my house. So I'm like, get it over with. Just wash your cooter really fast and get out. So like a week ago, I did that. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I haven't done this because I can't take a bath here. So I was like, I'm going to just go fucking stand in the fucking shower and play some music. And I did. And I just had my hair pulled up and I was like letting the heat just hit my back. And I just kind of like listened to the music and I just was like, stop rushing to take a shower. Just stand here. So Tammy, the point is self-care is subjective. I say this all the time, right? It depends on what you're into. Some people go garden. I'm terrified of spiders. That's never going to be me. Some people who are loaded take a trip or they go, have a spa day. Like I hope to do that. I hope to be that loaded person one day. Some people go get a pedicure, right? Some people go eat. I don't care what it is. Maybe read a book. I don't care. But when stress goes up, Tammy, self-care has to go up. It's just kind of like setting yourself on fire to keep somebody else warm, right? You may just be setting yourself on fire, not keeping anybody warm. You might just be setting you on fire though, and you've got to not do that. I take a very long hot shower every Sunday night. I don't ever think about doing that. Like when I take a shower, I want in and out. I'm like, I want to be efficient with bathing. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about not being smelly. So I'm not like avoiding spaces. Like, I have special cooter wash. Like my taint is literally smells like roses. My cooter wash smells like rose water. So it's beautiful. I scrub, I get in there, but I'm in and out. And I shouldn't be. I should at least like just stand there and like breathe. I'm always a Scientologist at heart. I'm always in a hurry. I'm always like, don't be wasting time doing this. I should be vacuuming. I should be getting something done. I need to be producing. I need to be making money. I need to pay bills. Like it's this always fucking, and I think that's also a female thing. I say this a lot. Like women have 100,000 tabs open in their head, right? If I need to be doing this, I need to be doing that. I need to run him here. I need to drop this up. I need to go buy this. I'm like, I was panicking today because I was like, I need to get bananas for Huxley. Chill the fuck out about the bananas. We have 2 left and I can go on Saturday. Like, but no joke. Every time I passed him today, I was like, shit, I need to go get bananas. And I was like, Reese, calm down. Reese, it's bananas. Bananas. Get a shower chair? No, I don't think so, Hope. I worked in senior living, girl. That just makes me feel like really, like, it makes me feel really unattractive to me. I don't know how else to, you know what though? I would like a shower chair to shave my legs. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do it. Marty Jewel, I have to be doing shit all the time. I cannot sit down. It's really annoying to every person I've been in a relationship with. It's annoying to Huxley. Like if Huxley walks too slow, if I'm like, hey, can you grab this for me? I'm like, faster. It's like, faster, why? We're at home. What are you doing? We have nowhere to be. We have nowhere to go. But that's how I am. I do it to my damn dogs. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's fucking weird, but it's a Scientology thing. I can't break that habit yet. My dad has been doing that to me since I was little. He'd be like, come on, come on, come on. No comm lag, which is a communication lag. Poor Purple Tammy. I tried to help her and then I just went off into my own weeds. It made me feel weird too, but it really helps relax. I'm very impatient. Very impatient. I want to have a schedule. I need to know what's coming next. I cannot just be like, I can't understand people who are like, what are you going to do today? And people are like, oh, I don't know. What? Like, no, I need to wake up. I need an agenda. Like, I have to know exactly what I'm doing. Like, again, the bananas bothered me. I'm not kidding. I was like, ooh, we only have 2 bananas left. Like, I need to go. And here's the thing. It's not like I have to run down the street to get them. I got to drive 35 minutes into town. That's why I try to bottle everything up that I need and do it like once a week, because I don't live like I've lived my whole life in the city where Target is 5 minutes away. I probably do have OCD, Don. I have to make a list of shit I need and places I need to stop at and then go, because it's a 35-minute drive. I can't just run into town. That's a pain in the ass. I like the things I've heard about your therapist, Reese. Me too, P. Taylor. He's a huge help. A lot of people have said that my therapy sessions are big, big helps. Hey, Katie, did it? Reese, I spend more than half the time standing. I actually like the shower chair idea just for shaving. I get annoyed. I shaved today only because I finally had to. How many people really avoid shaving in the winter? And if you don't have a man in your life? By the way, Tammy, I love you. Thank you for your super chat. How awkward, and I feel bad. Been watching. I'm new here, but I love to hear all the subjects you talk on because I so understand. Wow, we have another new person. I love new people. Welcome, NC202. Seriously, I hope you come back. Thank you for being here. How many people are not shaving because they don't have a man in their life and you're trying to get away with it because your skin is so dry and it's the dead of winter? And then what happens to you? I just went like 12 days. I shave like once a week. I almost pushed it to 2 weeks until today. And I was like, I have to. Like, my leg hair is pulling into my sheets at night. It's like pulling into my pant leg. I'm like, it itches. It's probably dry skin, but I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, my leg hair, it's itchy. It's itchy. Like, it feels like a spider on you. I'm like, it's so long. And I don't want to shave in the winter. And I don't want to shave if there's no man around. Teresa, what are you still doing here? I thought you went to dinner. Frankly, a chair in there is just one more thing to keep clean. I like the idea of a chair. I think I'm going to need to get a shower chair. Hey, Mrs. EP. I could almost braid my leg hair. Holy shit. I would do that if I could get away with it. Here's the cool thing. I am a blonde. Like, look at my eyebrows. People complain about them. I get emails about my eyebrows because I don't color them in. And people are like, if you don't color in your eyebrows, I'm going to unsubscribe. I've lost a lot of people over these brows. But my leg hair is not dark. It's blonde. But still, it sucks. After 12 days, it's like my legs are like, like, it sucks. It's itchy. And it's just like, it's like yanking into the leg, the pant. Oh, Teresa, they're coming there. Okay. Teresa, I pay attention to what you tell us, girl. Buy a teakwood shower chair. That sounds expensive and fancy, Marty Jewel. I think I probably just need an old person plastic one. Holly, of course, Holly has a fancy one. Yeah. I hate shaving in the winter. I don't want to do it. I shaved my cooter today, and my poor cooter was like, oh my God, we can see again. Like, it was Sasquatched out. But again, I'm not getting laid. It's not like there's anybody that's seeing the thing. I mean, except on my OnlyFans, but I'm doing that for a specific type of person that wants that bush. If you're wearing slacks, jeans, or very long dresses, there's no one paying cooter visits. Just grow fur for the winter. I would, Joan, but I can't. It starts to itch. It gets really, really itchy. And then again, for my OnlyFans channel, I got all these rich ass like businessmen that are like, grow it out. Bush girl. Of course you have a teak bench. Why are all my fancy friends in here right now? Everybody's making me feel inadequate and poor. Tommy compared you to Marilyn Monroe only because I have a mole. That's the only reason. Trust me. I got no other characteristics of Marilyn Monroe. I mean, it's not even my decision. My mom has this thing too. Why do guys like Bush? None that I know of. Although that's not true. When I was first dating Jeff, he was like, have you ever had a Bush? And I was like, no, dude, I was born in 84. He was born in 58. I was like, I could be your daughter. Like, are you into that because you were born in the 50s? Like, is that a thing? And he was like, I think you should try it. I'm kind of interested to know. Love you, Teresa. Have fun with your friends. And I was like, really? Because I don't like, how much are you going to pay me for this? And I ended up getting nothing. I thought I was going to get like a big check or something, but I think it got lost in the wind. No, he said you remind him. Interesting, Leslie. What a kind thing to say. Have you ever heard of an everything shower? Like an everything bagel? I don't do an everything shower every day, but every once in a while. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck is an everything shower? You're scaring me, Gabby. I wash my hair little less than once a week. I go about 5 days at the most. I washed my hair today. I shaved. It took me like fucking 30 minutes to do everything, and I was mad about it. Then my attorney called. This is no joke. I was so pissed. Philip Wright. I shower with my phone in the shower. I just set it up on the ledge. And I listen to music. And I often talk on the phone in the shower. Somebody calls me and I'm like, they'll always go, are you in the shower? And I'm like, yes, I hope you don't mind. Like, I can't not, I'm a Scientologist to my core. I'm like, I can't not fucking stop the call. Like, I can't be like, I'll have to call you back. I'm in the shower. No, we'll just take me in here with you. And I'm just like, what'd you say? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Go on. I don't have time to not talk in the shower. If you need to talk to me, like, let's get this out. Let's get it going. And the attorney called. I've been waiting for my attorney to call. You're not going to fucking believe this. I mean, you know what I'm going to say. I was like, oh, there he is. And I dried my hand off to answer. And my phone goes into the water. And I was like, ah! I was like, oh my God. And it was all backed up because it's hair washing day. So like all my hair was in the drain. So it was like a full puddle of water. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, hello. I felt so bad for this guy. He was like, Reese. I was like, you're underwater, sir. I was like, can you hear me? I just dropped my phone in water. I felt so bad for this attorney. He goes, Rice. He was like, put your phone in rice. And I thought he was just Southern because my dad calls me Rice because he has the Tennessee accent. But I knew he wasn't Southern because I've heard him before. And he was like, Rice. And I got confused because I was like, why do you suddenly have an accent? You're not even from here. And he was like, Rice, put your phone in rice. And I was like, it's Reese. I was like, oh, my phone. I was like, oh my God. And he was like, let me call you back then. I was like, no, dude, I don't have time to talk later though. I was like, so tell me what you know. That is not at all what? That is not at all. Reese, let me try putting words together. Ooh, Leslie, that's the worst. I dropped my old iPhone in a fucking public toilet in an airport. And I was like, do I leave it? Do I flush it? Because you guys know how I am about germs and I wanted to die. I was like, well, I want to die. I can't get it out. I was like, does anybody have any gloves? I was so grossed out and I had to run to my gate and I was like running and I was like, no one talked to me. No one touched me. I was like, it's touched somebody else's poop. Oh, that's great to know. You don't have to deal with leg hair after menopause. Does that mean that my beard will also fall out? I'm Italian and I have the like spikiest blonde beard. I don't have dark hairs, but I have some white ass blonde goat hairs. Hope between the dreams. It was ew, girl. Don't be judging. That's not. Let me try this again. I'll have to answer that later. God, I feel like I have a cat hair. It's a ghost hair. It's right there. Yeah, what's an everyday shower? Can we get an explanation on that, please? Can we get a ruling? So that is not at all makes Tommy view you as Marilyn Monroe. Girl, you have a man who actually thinks you are adorable, beautiful, stylish, and funny as hell. Accept it and enjoy it. Oh, well, that is such a nice thing to say, Joan, but if only things were that wonderful. They're not always that great, but I love how you're so positive and you paint it like an Annie movie. Like everybody has such a good ending and you're like, I love you, Daddy Warbucks. And like you end up going off with the billionaire who looks like Fred and you have like a huge crush on him and you're singing at the end and you're like, I'm poor as a mouse. And he's like, ha ha, I'm rich as a Midas. And everybody's tap dancing. Unfortunately, that's what I thought happened. Joan, that is not always the case, girl. So don't let men fool you. You know what I mean? Not at all, because I seem to have lost my mind and went somewhere else. I disassociated. When I'm using the phone on the toilet, I place it in the basket of my underwear. Philip fucking Wright. Okay, dude. I've known you for a long time. Philip, this is why you're single. Yes, Philip, that is gross. And this is why men can be fairly gross. Do we have any other men in the chat tonight? I haven't seen Rain, Joe Virus. I haven't seen Rain either. I haven't seen Joel Sachs. I haven't seen Jason P. Tommy's not here. That's really gross. So we're just gonna have to make a ruling on this. Hey, Susie CJ. Philip Wright, we're not trying to shame you, but at the same time, dude. Marissa Martin, it is not fine. You're putting your phone. So let's just, okay. Philip Wright, let's just call it what it is, first of all. Okay. Let's use our words. The basket of your underwear is the taint, isn't it? Love you, Just Joan. I had a crush on Oliver Warbucks. And I just took that too far. I used to watch Annie all the time. Time Mark, where have you been? Yeah. So you really shouldn't ask me this because I take an alcohol wipe to my phone. I wipe my phone with alcohol and then I do this. And I wipe every day the sides of my glasses with alcohol and I wipe the nose pads with alcohol. Now, to be fair, I'm not really doing that to be a clean freak. Like I'm not trying to get rid of germs so much. I just feel the oil from like not washing my hair gets gross and the oil from my nose. So I like to use alcohol on that. You had a crush on Oliver Warbucks too? Reese, do you use laundry sand? Okay, now you're just shaming me. Yes, I am. I use laundry sanitizer on my clothes. But again, it's not necessarily because I'm such a germ freak, Marissa Martin. You're overdoing it. Matilda is one of my absolute favorite movies. Yes. What is it? My motto is spare the rod, beat the child. Terrific motto. Yeah, I love that movie. I love, love, love Matilda. I just wanted to say, what did she say? Now you have me thinking of that movie. A poem. And what poem would that be? I love Miss Trunchbull. She's so mean. She's so fucking mean. I know. I just saw your text. Miss Trunchbull. Yeah, loved her. Miss Honey was the best. Loved Miss Honey. That movie makes me cry hardcore. Let me just go back real quick. I'm not doing it for the germs, but in this case, Philip Wright, you are placed, the basket of your underwear is where your taint is. And that's in between your peen and your balls your balls and your beehole. And so that's where your phone is lying. And I don't think that that's great. The Chokey. Punjab. Hey, Blue Girl Me. These were the characters I grew up with. Miss Trunchbull, Punjab. Who doesn't love Punjab? Also, you know who doesn't get enough credit from Annie? No one talks about her, and I'm kind of upset about it. I loved her outfits. Miss Ferris. Miss Ferris was so sweet. I loved her. I'm going to have to watch that movie. I loved her personality. Hello, like shining star. I loved her personality, her dance moves, her outfits, right? I loved how she was just... I listened to Reese next to my toilet with my phone in a Mexican basket next to my teepee. That's fair. And I think that's perfectly clean. That sounds like a clean... Rue, you're a very clean person. And I'm not trying to say Philip Wright isn't clean, but he puts his phone in his taint basket. Miss Ferris is so. I would love to do a watch party of a movie. I just don't know if we can. I don't think we can do it on YouTube. Do you know that would be my favorite thing to do? Punjab. You don't know who Punjab is, Pat Jonas? I'm so glad Purple Tammy is still with us. I didn't think you'd want to be in on this conversation. Punjab is the amazing man who is Oliver Warbucks's bodyguard. He has 2 bodyguards, and Punjab is one of them. And he saves Annie at the end. Could we can't, can we? I would love to watch a movie, all of us watch a movie on here and like be able to pause and laugh and talk about shit. Wouldn't that be so much fun? I love Annie. I love the scene at the end where they're dancing. And I always wanted to grow up and have a much older than me bald man. Hello, Fred. Hello, Tommy. I wanted to have a much older than me bald man to wear a tux, throw a party for me in his mansion, and then we hold hands and we dance down the stairs. And I'm all like, I'm poor as a mouse. And he's like, ha ha, I'm rich as a Midas. And he's just like throwing $100 bills at me. I don't know why would they call me a grifter? I think that's everybody's fucking dream. And that's all I ever wanted. But then I didn't meet him, right? And he never came. So now I have to supply my own $100 bees, my Benjamins. Now I'm doing it myself. Now I'm doing that tap dancing to my fucking self. Okay? That's how it works, ladies. Nobody's coming to save your ass. There is no Oliver Warbucks. I found this out. I've done the legwork. Trust me, I've been married 10 times. When you do the voices of him saying who called, what do you mean, Lady O? Are you talking about Oliver Warbucks? When she's like, the president called, sir. He said it's very urgent. And he goes, everything's urgent to a Democrat. What else? Is that what you mean? I'm happy to do any line from Annie that you'd like. That grift life isn't going to grift itself. Damn, girls. Yeah, I love him. I love Oliver Warbucks. Guys, he's a serious character. Turn the kitchen light off. I love that scene. I love Annie so much. Oh my God, he's so good. There's something interesting about that woman's smile. Hang that in my bathroom. Remember he says that about the Mona Lisa? Hey, Hux, can you let your sister out, please? Oh, it's so good. We could quote the whole movie, Annie. Did I call her Miss Ferris? That's not her name. Miss Farrell. Thanks, Hux. You can watch a movie on YouTube if you turn off monetization and you're on the screen giving commentary. If that's true, I would happily do it. Can we do that? Can somebody verify that? Because we could do a watch party once a week and I would totally do it with you guys. How fun would it be to show up and all of us watch a movie together and we get our snacks? Miss Hannigan. Miss Hannigan is the mean lady. Mean, skinny Miss Hannigan. Although she's hilarious too. And if this floor don't shine like the top of the Chrysler building, Annie, your backside will. Yeah, Miss Hannigan. Miss Hannigan was super mean. And Tim Curry was her brother. They were so much fun. Who do I mean, Pat Jonas? I'm talking about Miss Farrell. Miss Ferris? Miss Farrell. Miss Farrell is the one who falls in love with Oliver Warbucks, as she should. Hello. Plus, he was hot as shit. I had a raging. Do you understand now why I'm only addicted to old men? Like, my first crush in this world was Hannibal Lecter. I was 9. Like, hots for Hannibal Lecter. Hannibal Lecter was my first with a nice Chianti. And then Oliver Warbucks came along and I cheated on Hannibal with Oliver Warbucks. And all of this is incredibly confusing. And I think we should do a stream on it to work that out. Jen, just got home from 2 hours of Houston traffic and you've had me laughing my ass off. I love you, Jen. That sucks, though. We need to get a different job. Although I know what your job is and you can't. So we need to move closer to the job. But thank you, babe. And I love you. Thank you for your super chat. That's so nice. Albert Finney. Yeah. But I think we need to work through that. You know, I have a serious attraction. There's a major Carol Burnett was so good as Miss Hannigan. I'm not zoned for dogs. She was so funny. Remember when she flirted with the dude who came to get the laundry? Hey, Thursday before 2. God, she was so flirty and fun. I'm trying to think of the songs that she would sing. She was so much fun. I loved Miss Hannigan. What was I just saying? Brooklyn Pencil. Joe Rogan. What does he have to do with anything? No, Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, he was my first crush. And I really, really like. Oh, Mr. Bundle. Yes, Purple RN. Good one. Mr. Bundle, please. Yeah, she was all flirty. Oh my God. Remember the cop that returned Annie? I kind of had a crush on him too. And she like tried to feel him up. Those were the good old days when you could just grab ass a man, but they don't let you do that anymore. Yeah, his bald head. Guys, I have a serious addiction to older men. It's a problem. Annie was the second movie you saw in theaters. E.T. was the first. Gremlins the third. Never saw Gremlins, but I saw E.T. and it scared the ever-living shit out of me when I was little. Really freaked me out. Really made me uncomfortable. But I was also told I was dumped here in an ice cube. And so when he was dumped here, I was like, are we related? Like, I don't know. I never saw Bye Bye Birdie. No. Little girls. Yes, Jackie was a song Miss Hannigan. You said Hannibal. Miss Hannigan sang. I was the same age as you. I only had crushes on old Sam Neill, Dwight Yoakam, Dustin Hoffman. Ooh. We didn't have the same crushes. Dustin Hoffman has an attractive face, but he's like 4 feet tall. Dwight Yoakam? Who the fuck has a crush on Dwight Yoakam? I don't know about that, but I'm not going to judge you for it, even though it looked like I did. Even though my face judged you. Sam Neill. I'm trying to think of what he looks like. I don't think he was that cute. I think he was somewhat attractive, but I'm not attracted to him, if that makes sense. You were 8. I get it. No, actually, you're normalizing this for me, and it makes me feel less creepy. I had a raging crush. Anne Margaret is gorgeous. I had Sam Elliott doesn't do it for me. I love him. He's an incredibly talented actor. I love his skills. Not really attracted to him, though. Like, I've said this. I would eat nachos with him. I'd go out on a date with him for sure. I'd probably give him a peck on the cheek, though. I'm not kissing Sam Elliott's fucking creepy ass mustache handlebars. Sorry, it's not happening. Anthony Hopkins, Dwight Yoakam is a country singer. And I only know him from, he was in the movie, oh my God, 4 Christmases, but he was meant to look like a sleazebag in that movie. He was the pastor and he was hilarious in that movie, but I can't unsee him that way. Sam Elliott just doesn't do it for me. But guys, it was a deep, dark ass, unhealthy relationship that I had with Hannibal Lecter. You had a crush on Richard Gere? What do you mean had? We all do. Everybody does. I love his eyeballs. The Happiest Millionaire? No, I haven't seen that. I haven't even heard of it. Cat likes younger men. Interesting. Oh, Sam Neill is the guy in the Jurassic Park movies. No. I don't have a crush on that guy. Oh my God. No. I would rather take a bubble bath with my father. Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, it just, and I think we need to pick that apart someday. Why I was so attracted to that character. I still am. I can quote every single line that Hannibal Lecter ever said. I also loved him in the follow-up movies to that. I loved him in Red Dragon and I loved him in Hannibal. And I know that's effed up. And I know a lot of people are going to attack me for that. But I really, really, I don't know what Cary Grant looks like. I know, Hope, and I get it. A lot of people didn't like that movie, but hey, Killy Billy, but we should work through that sometime. I deeply had like an attraction to him, not just his face. I do have the hots for Anthony Hopkins. If a movie was ever made that had anything to do with my life, I always wanted him to play Fred because he reminds me of Fred, but he also plays the piano really, really well. And obviously, Fred played the piano for 90 years. Leslie says Jason Bateman. Great actor, hilarious. I love Jason Bateman. I love his dry humor. I love when he delivers a joke and does this. He does the slow blink wink. I love everything about him. I just don't think I have an attraction to him. Rafe Fiennes, get out of here. Yes, love Rafe Fiennes. The movie Seven was terrible. Did he remind you of your dad? Not at all. No. Christian Bale is pretty hot. Yeah. Christian Bale is really good looking. Joe Black was an interesting movie. Water, cigarettes? What is that, you dear? I don't know what you're quoting. Christian Bale is pretty good looking. I've always liked Christian Bale, but I also heard he was a total asshole in real life. Who knows if that's true? Anthony Hopkins is a fantastic actor, but after what I said about his daughter, what he has said about his daughter, I can't. Hey, I've got words. What did he say about his daughter? Kevin Costner. The last 15 years, he's been hot his whole life. Rafe Fiennes is really hot. I even had a crush on him in Red Dragon as the murderer, but that's nothing new. I tend to have crushes on murderers, and that's something we need to work through, guys. We really need to. And I don't want to waste money on therapy with that. Let's just do it here. Like, let's just do it live with a bunch of people. I agree, Kat. Jason Bateman is a great actor. I've never had a sexual thought about him, though. Me either. He's too nerdy for me, I think, to be. He doesn't come off as masculine, and I'm attracted to masculine men. You have to be very manly for me to be turned on, and Jason Bateman does not come off. Now, he doesn't come off as like metrosexual, if that's what that is, if I have the definition of that right, which is kind of like non-masculine but straight, like more feminine. He's not that either. He just doesn't come off as masculine. Robert Downey Jr. He doesn't do it for me either, but I could see that for you, Nancy. Christian Bale has been dead for a while. No, he didn't die. I just saw a picture of him the other day. But yeah, girl, maybe it's a demeanor thing with Anthony Hopkins. I don't know. James Spader. See, a lot of people like him. I don't have a crush on him. Me either, Rue. Me either. I need a really manly, masculine man. I don't know what the attraction to Hannibal Lecter is, but I mean, to be totally serious, Ed Norton, I always thought was pretty damn cute too. He's another one I heard was a raging asshole though. When Anthony Hopkins was asked about his daughter, Estranged, he said he didn't care if he had grandchildren. He didn't care about her either. Holy shit. That's dark. Maybe that's why I have maybe that's why I have the hots for him. He sounds like my dad. That's terrible. That's really bad, but I actually get it. My father would say that about me in an interview as well. Jason Statham. Ooh, really? See, that's too masculine. Then that's too much. Jason Statham is a dick swinger. Have you ever heard his movie lines? Oh my God, Huxley and I. Hey, Sarah could go on and on. Huxley and I will have Jason Statham nights where we'll just quote movie lines. Hux and I laugh all the time about him in what the heck? What are you doing over there? And The Meg. Have you guys seen The Meg? Huxley and I will sometimes watch that just for laughs because, like, someone said about the megalodon in the movie, they were like, "That's the biggest shark. That's the biggest one anybody's ever seen." And Statham's like, "That's the biggest one anybody's ever seen." Like, he just thinks he's such a badass. He's such a dick swinger. Jason Statham is a laundry bag full of meat. Fight me. He is. And he acts like one too. He's just a walking laundry bag full of meat. Now, see, I just said I like masculine men. The Meg is hilarious if you want to laugh. I like masculine men, not laundry bags full of meat, not men walking around being like, "Dick swinging, come get some dick swinging." You ever heard you usually marry someone that is like one of your parents? I have heard that, NC. Do we think that's true? What are your thoughts? Buffy wants to know. And also, we want to know if you knew that you were going to be this little. Did you know that you were never going to grow? Did you know that the Lord said, "Let there be frosted mini wheats with eyeballs"? Sean Connery fucking sucks, and I don't care who knows it. I had a crush on him too until I found out he hit his wife. And he said it in an interview. He said, like, women need to be slapped around or some shit. Get the fuck out of here. This isn't 1980, dude. That shit ain't gonna pass anymore. Oh, look at the footy paws. Where's Robin Miners? Michael Fassbender, I have such the hots for. Alan Rickman, yes. Brad Pitt, not really. He's a little soft for me. No. Yeah, he like do you know what I'm talking about? I saw it. He said it, was it with Barbara Walters or Diane Sawyer? He was like, he admitted to like hitting his wife and saying that sometimes women need to be slapped around. Absolutely not. And we will take you the fuck apart, sir. Yeah, Richard Gere is hot. Daniel Craig, no, he doesn't do it for me. I do have a raging crush on Michael Fassbender, and I need to work through that because he has like 6 sets of teeth. He has way too many teeth. He has a shark mouth. I seem to be attracted to men that look like sharks and they have shark eyes. They're just like dead behind the eyes and there's nothing there. Serial killers. Gerard Butler? Ew. Oh, yeah, Bruce Willis. I think Tommy looks like Bruce Willis. And I'm sad about Bruce Willis. I always had a crush on him. Yeah, definitely Bruce Willis. See, Bruce Willis to me is the perfect masculine balance. He's not a dick swinger that I know of. He's not a Jason Statham. Come get them. He's not that either. He's not up in that level like The Rock or fucking Jason Lawnmower or Channing Tatum. Gross. Like all those guys are trying too hard. Bruce Willis was just a classic man. He's just manly, just the right amount. He's very classic. Shredded wheat with eyes. Yeah, Philip Wright. He is the perfect balance. Yeah, he really is. Bruce Willis. I bet he was good in the sack. I have a feeling Bruce Willis probably knew what the fuck was going on there. He was with Demi Moore for so long. Like she wouldn't have put up with a man that didn't know the ins and outs of her ham wallet. Like, you know it. I just feel like Demi Moore wouldn't put up with that. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of women that would be like, he can't get me off, but he has a lot of money. No, not Demi Moore. I feel like she knew what she was doing. Bruce Willis probably really knew how to get down. I just have a feeling. I know I'm so sad about Bruce Willis. I can hardly think about it. I'm choosing to think about the Bruce Willis when he was of sound mind. Rue, I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, I want that shirt. Relatable fucking Reese. I tend to fall for musicians. Interesting, West Coast. I never saw Moonlighting. Al Pacino? He didn't do it for me. I don't like his face. Loved him in The Devil's Advocate, though. He played an incredible Satan. I'm just trying to think I'm super picky. And I only really, you know who my biggest celeb crush was? And I'm not over his death? James Gandolfini. Oh, holy shit, yes. Tony Soprano. Do I need to say anything else? I liked Philip Seymour Hoffman, too. I had a crush on him. That's about it. My list is short. I am really, really weird about... Yeah, in real life, James Gandolfini was that time arc. He was humble. He was very humble, but like sexy. Yeah, The Devil's Advocate was such a good movie. He did so good in that movie. I want one, Helena. Tony Soprano was probably my biggest crush right there. I love, love, love a very masculine man, but he doesn't have to be loud about it. And if he is, I'm not attracted to it anymore. You can't be loud about your masculinity. I like a quiet wolf. I like a patient wolf, right? But he's a wolf. Don't mess it up, right? I like that. I like that. I don't like weakness. I like strength in men, but quiet strength. Don't be like Jason Statham. Don't be a communism, dick swinging. Don't do that. Don't drive a big truck with a lift kit and be wearing white Oakleys playing Creed. No one has time for that. It's 2026. I know. I hated how he treated Carmela. Tony! I can do Carmela so well. Tony! Prince, I think, got laid a lot. I would not have slept with Prince myself, but yeah, I think my mom would have for sure. I I don't know who that is, Leslie. Tony Soprano was my number one crush. I liked him a lot. I was so devastated when he died, and I'm not over it. And another one I would have boned is Philip Seymour Hoffman. And that's another like odd. I don't like the classic attractive men. Do you know what I mean by this? Like all of you in here, like, ooh, Jason Lawnmower. No. Channing Tatum. No. Right? Brad Pitt. No. I don't like those chiseled fucking guys. I like Shrek. That's what I like. I like the kind that, get it done. And they know the ins and outs of your ham wallet. That's all I need. No, I feel like you need to have some money too. I'm sick of this broke ass shit. We don't want that either. Hey, Kestrel. Fassbender, Michael Fassbender. Yeah, I have a crush on him. I don't know why I do. He's not really for me. He's too young for me. I think he's like only 50 or something crazy. Heath Ledger was cute, but I didn't have the hots for him. But I loved him as an actor. We'll always miss Heath Ledger. Yeah, there's not that many people in Hollywood that I am attracted to. I don't know who James Gardner is. Mike Holmes? I don't know who that is. Yeah, no broke ass shit, Leslie. We're too old for that, Leslie. I can't be hanging out with these brokies. And if that makes me a grifter gold digger, then you go ahead and label me that. Oh, I forgot you already did. Yeah, no. The list is short. I am very picky. Oh, yeah. Matthew McConaughey makes my rectum shoot inside out. No, I hate him and I hate everything about him. He's such a fucking dick swinger. I can't stand how into himself he is. The Skarsgård brothers. Yes. Love you, Purple Tammy, and I'm glad you stuck around for our weird stream. Tammy, call that number. We love you, and I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Thank you for becoming a member, Tammy, and thank you for your super chat tonight. Okay, Philip, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, I know who that is, Marissa Martin. Not attracted to him. The Skarsgård guys? Yeah. I would bone the dad or the son, because you know me. I mean, I'm probably going to flirt with your dad anyway. Robert De Niro doesn't do it for me. He's too much of a dick swinger. Great actor. Love him in Goodfellas. Doesn't do it for me, though. Any Skarsgård. Yeah. Ooh. You know why they get a pass, too? Most men get a pass if you're like 6'3" or above. And Alexander Skarsgård is like 6'5". That's why I would also bone Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn is like 6'5". I would totally get into it. I would. Absolutely. The Skarsgård dudes. Stellan Skarsgård is the older dad. I like that. I actually like the kid, the younger one, Alexander Skarsgård. Interesting, Rue. James Woods has a huge peen. That's not always the best thing, Rue. I've dealt with some giant walls of flesh coming at me. I don't know why they've started that rumor that that's like what we want. Sometimes that's not what you want. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, this looks like fun. And then you're like, oh, holy shit. Absolutely not. Ray Liotta was so hot. Oh my God. I loved Ray Liotta. They're all dead. Michael Fassbender, who's he best known? Like what movie he was Magneto in the X-Men movies. He was in what's that one movie he was in? It actually showed him naked. Like you saw his full-on peen. He was in a really weird movie where he was an addict and it was creepy, but he was in the X-Men movies. Oh yeah, the guy from Sweet Home Alabama was hot. Josh something. He was hot. And he was unexpected for me because he is chiseled and hot, but I was attracted to him. He had really pretty blue eyes. Who says that Kim is blue? My sons have thanked me for them being tall. I really, really tall. You can be kind of ugly as a man, but if you're super effing tall, oh, holy shit. That's attractive. Like, men, I don't know about you guys. Some women don't like tall guys. Like Tommy doesn't like short women. I think that's weird. Most women most men I've met like short women. Tommy does not. He doesn't like short women. They freak him out. So I know there's women that don't like super tall guys because they're just too tall and it's weird. Not me. Every time I see a tall guy, I'm like, hi. Like I suddenly have sex voice. I'm like, hi, excuse me. I'm like, hi, hello. I have a porn channel you might want to. And then it gets weird. And his wife is like, hey, hun. And I'm like, oh, hi. Oh, hi. And we're at Publix and it just gets weirder from there. Your husband is 6'7". Can I ask real quick? And then I know we should go. We've been on too long. How do you have sex? I've always wondered about that. I have never had sex with a. Yeah. Okay. So if anybody's like 6'5" or over, is it weird to have sex? How do you have sex? Like certain positions cannot be easy. How would you have Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp looks like he's become somebody's aunt. How do you have sex? Your ex-husband is 6'4". 6'4" is getting there. I mean, that's tall, but I'm talking about like dudes who are like 6'6". How do you do it? Is it weird? Like, it would be interesting. I would never want to have sex with a guy that tall because I would make him feel so insecure. I'd be like, so how do we do this? Like, do you get behind? Like, am I supposed to, which way should I be? Because we are not matched up, right? Like, how would that work? Freddie Mercury was hot. Leslie, I agree with you on that. He was gay, but he was hot. I thought he was very attractive. I also loved his personality. I loved who he was. I loved his character. And that, that's the other thing is if you have a shitty personality, you're automatically ugly. You're automatically ugly to me. Like the hottest person could walk into somewhere. Hey, candy canes, whips and chains. You have to sit on them. Okay, well, that's not good for me and anyone with a weight problem because I don't like getting on top. I can do like 3 plunges and then I'm done. I'm like, okay, your turn. Love you too. I didn't know you were here. What was I just saying? Oh, if you walk into a store and like the hottest woman is there or the Stanley Tucci is classic. The hottest woman might be in that store or the hottest man to you might be in that store. If they open their mouths and they're assholes to anyone, to employees, if they're like, get me a Coke, or if they're like, I'm going to need a box for that, you're done. You're ugly. I don't care how attractive you are. I don't care what kind of car you drive. I don't care if you're carrying a Louis Vuitton. You're a piece of shit. Character makes people attractive. Tommy says that a lot, actually. Beauty is a choice, and I agree with that. Character means everything. And if you treat people like shit, you're ugly. I can't see past it. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what kind of fucking looks maxing you're doing or whatever they call it. P. Taylor, I just don't see it. Yeah, bad personality makes you so ugly. That's crazy. I should hope you will never be having sex with anybody taller than 6'2". I kind of wondered if he was going to say that. That's why I'm asking. I'm not asking because I want to. I'm asking for evidence for other people. It's okay to ask for other people. Like, love you, Just Joan. I want to know people who do. I'm asking for research purposes. No, I'm not trying to go bone down with someone, but I would like to know. I've always been curious about the answer to that. How do you do it? How do you bone someone who's like 6'6"? Is it normal? Is it regular boning? I don't think it could be. If you really think about it, how? If you're going to get in our favorite position, how is he going to do that if he's way up there? I've always wondered the answer to this. If anybody is currently sleeping with a man who is a mountain of a man, you were just saying you were willing to bang somebody 67? Anyway, it's nobody's fault. Tommy and I do this thing, and then I'm going to go. Tommy and I do this thing. You have to use your imagination. We do lines from, oh, no problem, Hope. We do lines from one of my very favorite movies, Royal Tenenbaums. And I love Royal Tenenbaums. I could quote that whole movie, and I love Gene Hackman in it. And he's talking, I think he's talking to his wife in it, and he's cheated on her. And he says something like he starts arguing with her about their marriage, and it's all his fault. Like he's cheated on her, he left her with the kids, and then he says, like, he's like, anyway, it's nobody's fault. And I do that with Tommy all the time. Tommy and I will be like, anyway, it's nobody's fault. It's just really funny. It's not as funny now that I had to explain it. Abigail, closing, I pray that from his glorious, unlimited resources, he will empower you. Ooh, me too. That's a good prayer. Then Christ will make his home in your hearts as you trust in him. Your roots will grow down into God's love. That is a beautiful scripture, Abigail, New Testament. Thank you for that. I didn't even know you were still in here, Abigail. Thank you. That was very kind. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, that's why she's in Bible study. Thank you, Abigail. Bible quotes and banging. This is just the most incredibly special and unique little corner of the YouTube world. Candy canes, whips, and chains. We really try to cater to all audiences. You've got to be kidding me. You slept with a girl who is 6'3"? No way. Tell us about it. How did it go down for you? How did that work? Odd choice of words. How did that work? How did you? I never thought about it in the opposite. You slept with a girl who was taller than you? Ooh, that's got to be weird. That's got to be uncomfortable. Ooh, what was it like? What'd you say to her? How did you do it? Although, now that I think about it, it's easier if she's tall. That's not going to make that much of a difference. It's if the guy is tall. It's the one with the peen that would make the difference. Interesting. You never told me about that. I'd love to know. What was it like? Did you have to do any kind of weird position? Or was it just normal? I would think it would just be normal. Can we get an answer, please? Was it normal boning? Oh my God, my earring just fell out. Smorgasbord of topics. I hate that the wire on this is so thin that I can't find a back to keep it on. Nothing fits. Did he just leave that comment and leave? Thank you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. I love you, babe. Thank you for your super chat. I could never date a man shorter than me. I would have a hard time doing it. Although I'm only 5'5". Like I'm a short 5'5". I'm almost 5'5", pretty much. There's no way. With him a foot taller than we can't do standing up. Hey, Geoplanet Jane. Wait, her husband is 6'7". With him a foot taller than I am, we can't do it standing up. Who the fuck has sex standing up? In the shower? Well, that's like teenage stuff. I don't do that. You could slip and fall. My health insurance is not that good, though, I have to be honest. I've never had sex standing up. Tommy, I don't think we've ever had sex standing up. Who wants to do that? But again, I get out of breath and I have asthma. Huh. Oh, I'm interested in your positions, though, outside of that. Like, do you have to get on top? I don't want to do that either. Again, I have asthma and shitty health insurance. Huh. Interesting. This is a great topic, and I'd like to know more. You do stuff in the shower? Oh my God, that sounds horrible. I don't think I've ever had sex in the shower. I like to make out in the shower. Like, I like to make it sexual, like build for it, but I don't want to fall. And it sounds weird. I don't think I'd be into that. Wow, Leslie. Fancy. I don't think men shorter than me should be a thing, but men in England seem to be getting shorter. I need to be in the USA where big ones are. Yeah. I agree with you on that. Although the accent's fun. Shower sex is amazing. Oh my God, it just sounds horribly dangerous. Plus, I'm chubby. I feel like my flaps would be like smacking against the water. You'd hear it. Oh, And I have a big ass. I'll tell you later, she was no Reese. Oh, that's a compliment. I mean, I'm a bit of a tomcat in the sack. Not at all, actually. That's not true at all. I've never had sex standing up, I don't think. Everybody loves shower sex. I don't think I've tried it. Tommy, have I had sex with you in the shower? I don't remember it. I don't think so. I mean, we've made out in the shower. I don't think I have. I'm even thinking with Jeff. No. I've done stuff to people in the shower, but I've never had sex in the shower. I don't want to. It just sounds difficult as shit. It's slippery. Like, what if one of you falls and dies? Think about that for a minute. The ambulance is going to show up, and one of you is going to have to be like, we were fucking in the shower and she's dead. I don't think so. No, I haven't. We have not had sex in the shower. I don't remember doing that. No, we made out in the shower. Like, it got hot and heavy. I don't remember anything else, though. Interesting. Yeah, these are the things I think about when I have spare time. I'm like, what if you crash and burn sexually in the shower and you have to explain that shit? I don't want to. That's too much. I'm just not. Those are the things that embarrass me. How are you going to say that you've never had sex in the shower? I swear to God, I'm with somebody else. Because to be fair, we've seen each other a very short time in the last year. And the only time I remember showering with you was like it got hot and heavy, but there was no actual sex. I don't remember that. God, this is getting weird. Not for me, but for the crowd. I don't mind talking about this stuff, but I'm sure the haters are going to run with this. Yeah, NC, I don't remember that. I remember you like being all cute and flirty. And I remember when you were like massaging my feet. Yeah, what a way to go, Kim is Blue. I do not want to crash and burn in the shower trying to have sex. That is not how I go. I remember when you were rubbing my feet and you were like soaping me up, but I don't remember. I think I would remember your peen. All right, then. This went way too long. I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. This got awkward. Thank you to all the new people, and I'm sure you'll never be back. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. Everybody else, you are grandfathered in, so you better fucking subscribe. Hey, Bo Beats. I always enter the stream confused. I can't believe you keep coming back, to be honest, Bo Beats. Everybody hit the like button, even though you hated it. Just do it. Like, everybody has to eat green beans, even if they don't like them. Just do it, right? You sometimes have to take one for the team. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. If you're not new, you're grandfathered in. You have to hit subscribe. If you're new, it was very nice meeting you, and thank you for your time. I'm sure we'll never see you again, and that's fair. I get it. Love you guys. Love you, Mary Barons, and thank you for all the super chats tonight. I appreciate it always. Thank you, NC. You really brought the noise. Thank you for everyone who became a member, who is a member. Thank you to the replay crew, to gifting memberships, all those things. I mean it. I'm serious. I take that very seriously. It really helps me and Huxley. Thank you to the mods the most, though, because they put up with this shit. And it's kind of hard to believe sometimes. I can't believe anybody likes me sometimes. All right, then. On that note, good Lord. Ecuador, we had sex. There was a handicap bar. Wow. I guess to be fair, we had a lot of sex. Like, that was a really sexual trip for me that time. For whatever reason, it was unusually sexual. Maybe it was just all merged into one. That's unhealthy. All right, everybody. Love you all. And I'll see you tomorrow. Please come back. At least the handful of people, again, who are grandfathered in. I'm looking at you, Armine, Joanne Holly, Debbie Zito, Holly, fucking Barbara Waite. Okay, guys? You're it. So there's nobody else. All right? Mods, you can't quit me now. All right, then. Here comes Fred. Sorry, it was awful. I'm not the best content creator, but I never said I was. So there's that. Love you all.